Am I really not broadcasting anything off the desktop audio? Holy shit, I just wasted 10 whole minutes. 10 whole minutes. Okay, well, I'm set. Alright, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna randomly play something. So I've got. So I can check. I don't know what the hell's going on. Alright, well, I'm gonna do this. So at least something's gonna be playing. At least in my head, it's playing. Holy crap, come on. Alright, let's see. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, Alistair, it just might be. It might be. The bad thing about it is every time you have to reset everything, it doesn't automatically default to whatever's plugged in. So, yeah, okay. The two songs you didn't hear that I played tonight, I might have to replay them sometime soon. But the first track was from Two Nice Girls. I spent my last $10 on birth control and beer. And then I rolled into Weird Al Yankovic doing The Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. So, there you go. Man, I tell you what. I do have the sexy new mic, and I feel good about it, and it feels good about me. I wonder. Let's see. No, I don't want to edit that, computer. Oh, you piece of crap. That's computer. But apparently, Discord and our pals with Windows 11 hate each other. And hate each other with a passion. That's all I got to say about that. So, I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're not listening to this on the rebroadcast, but I can forgive you because of the fact that AP's running again. Now he's infringing on my time slot. Which, here, let me just share this with you. There are no such things as time slots on the internet. Get over it. So yeah, AP's broadcasting. I think Johnny Hellcat's broadcasting too. I forget who's all broadcasting, but God bless them. Do your due. And yeah, I mean, hopefully you're getting out of it what you need to get out of it. Because I don't think this is a revelation at all, but you make no money on the YouTubes. That's just a fact. If you didn't get in before the first adpocalypse, then you better be doing this as a hobby, because good God, they're really if you're looking for a job, man, get a BK application. I just found out that the money that the government is giving me will mean nothing if they kick in this $15 an hour wage thing. I will be making half the amount from SSI that somebody flipping burgers at Burger King would make. A McDonald's employee who cleans the bathrooms will make more than me. Is that shitty? Yeah. Yeah, I hope you got the pun there, because dad jokes. But that's the thing. I mean, you gotta do it just because you like it. And I know I'm kind of going to be veering off from what I normally do. I'm going to try to get Dr. On Call back online. But I am definitely getting my rock channel underway. I've got scripts written for it. I know exactly what I'm going to film. The only bad part about it is I got to get the filters replaced in my respirator. I'm going to do a segment on cleaning rocks using, well, it's called muriatic acid, but it's a watered down form of hydrochloric acid. Also, somebody just gifted me with some ferric oxide acid. Never used that before, but I hear it stinks, and it's so-so at cleaning stuff. Okay, the cigarette is lit. I am not lit. I don't know. I might be by the end of this. And let's give a wrench to grape culture. Hey, let's say some good mornings. And we'll go to the bar, shall we? So, good morning, Alistair. Good morning, Willie. Good morning, 3/4. Good morning, grape culture. Read from the bottom up. What the hell are you talking about? No. No, Bishop. No advertising for Facebook in my chat. Cut that shit out. But good morning. Anyway. Let's go to the bar. Hey, we're in the bar now. Anybody wants to stop in can certainly do that. Like I said, the door is always open. Unless I've done kicked your ass out of the Discord, then, you know, have a good life. There's only a couple people that I've actually ever booted. And by couple, I mean two. There's only two people that I've ever kicked out. Now, I'll leave it to your guesses as to the two people that I kicked out. God, I don't know. I have no idea what I should talk about first. Oh, I do want to say that, yeah, you know, there's the boss battle. I had to reset everything when I got the new PC. So I will only hold the belt as I'm passing it over to people. So technically, no, I am not the Intergender Champion of the World. Nope. Maybe I'm interim. I'm just holding it. So you guys can kick my ass out of it if you really want. Links down there to the slabs if you want to hit it and quit it. There, that's the only pimping I'm going to be doing for Streamlabs. But, once again, I'm having trouble thinking of where I need to start because somebody sent me information about a person that used to be in my life and is no longer in my life. It has been, God, over a year? Maybe even 2 years. Maybe longer. Maybe much longer. I don't remember. Hold on a second. Cat! Whatever the hell you're doing, knock it off! I will come kill you. I can hide your body. Oh, damn it. Okay, hold on, guys. Alright, cat. You really think you're gonna get away with this shit? Really? Why are you doing it? I swear to God, you fucking psycho cats. Sort it out. Get it together. God damn you. Yeah, that's right. This is the only show you can ever go to where you will hear the broadcaster leave to go torture his cats. Well, technically, they're torturing me. So, you know, I'm a deal with it. Apparently, they are attacking the trash bag that's in my trash can. Now, my trash can is lidded, right? So they can't actually get into the trash can. And how I have my trash can set up, they can't knock it over either. They can't get into it. They can't knock it over. So they have decided to just fuck with the trash bag. You know, the lip that's just peeking out of the trash can. Cats! They no longer fear the squirt bottle. It's more like a refreshing blast. Cat? And what's the deal? They don't think sound travels? Seriously? Hey! Hey! Knock it off! Ugh. I should just lock him in the bathroom. If they want to survive the night. And it's kind of sad. I know where I was, so I'll go back to my place. Certain information was given to me about a past associate. And I'll be honest with you, I really don't know if I want to bring it up. You know, it's kind of falling under the category of let sleeping dogs lie, right? Just leave it alone, leave it be, let it go. But it was interesting to listen to. So thank you, Lo-Fi. And thank you, the artist formerly known as Zell. It did entertain me for about an hour. Yeah, Willie, as long as you're in as long as you're in the ward, you certainly can come on. That's no big deal. Like I said, anybody who is in my Discord, which is the ward, then you have carte blanche to stop in. By the way, what is the deal about putting the in front of Gallagher? The Gallagher? No, it's just Gallagher.
Good name, Doc.
Hey, Willie. How you doing?
Good. Let me turn my mic down a little bit.
Oh, that's okay. Loud mic is not a bad thing because it might cover up cat homicide.
I got my brother downstairs with my friends, so yeah.
Do you have them like locked in the basement or something?
I said downstairs. You can use your imagination.
Well, downstairs to me is usually the basement or a sex dungeon or both.
I like the way you think. But it sounds like you're doing really good, Doc.
Well, I guess sober is a good thing, but yeah, some friends came over, and it was really nice. They came over for a couple hours and visited. They're real rock fiends, so I legitimately got to put on a class and talk to them about rocks and the different types and the formations, and it was
metamorphic, sedimentary. Fucking what's the other one? Igneous.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I legit. I had a great time. They had a great time too, and one of them was one of my caregivers when I was in the ECF, and she was a sweetheart to me, and she brought her daughter over, and her daughter is like adult age, and I promised her that I would give her a sphere. She loves collecting huge spheres. I'm not much of the huge sphere kind of guy.
Is that the ones that have like the quartz growing inside of them?
Oh no, not like a geode, but she is actually a geode hunter. Matter of fact, they want me to go down with them this morning to drive a few hours down to Kentucky. I think they're going to Somerset and walk the creek banks and try to find some geodes.
Dude, that's got to be hot as hell.
I'm gonna say you're not kidding.
Dude, it was fucking close to 90 here, and
well, yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But here's the thing, dude. You're walking next to a water source. Now, I am in no way a meteorologist, but when you are walking next to an actual moving water source,
cool. So yeah.
Yes, the temperature is cooler, and if you really can't fucking take it, you just jump in the water.
Yeah, you can't do that where I'm at, because next thing you know, you're going over the falls.
Well, it's funny too, because like I've done rock hounding in New York and in PA, and the pickings are fucking slim. They're not.
Did you ever go by Mahoning Dam?
No. The only one real place that I ever stopped to play was I went to the Ace of Diamonds mine. It's in Herkimer. Hence, that's where you
do rafting there. Or
no, I mined Herkimer diamonds.
Oh shit! All right.
Now they're not real diamonds, but the quartz that comes out of Herkimer, New York, is so crystal clear that it's like a diamond. And there are some beauties there, but it's harder than fuck to dig them out. It's like trying to dig something out of concrete.
doesn't that usually grow around like limestone and like fucking real like thick like sedimentary rock and shit?
Well, at the
No, I'm thinking of fool's gold.
no at the Herkimer mines, it's granite. It's fucking granite.
Granite, yeah.
And
Granite's hard shit.
yeah, granite's bullshit. That's what granite is. Um, I mean, because I've done mining in Indiana, and Indiana has a lot of marble and limestone. That shit's easy to dig through. But
Dude, I used to work for a fence company and I had to dig like fence posts through like freaking slate and like basalt and shit. That sucks.
well, the Moses or the hardness is a little less, but yeah, I mean, honestly, there were people there at the Ace of Diamonds mine with portable jackhammers to try to get through this shit. And here I am with just I mean, I brought a sledge with me because they told me.
Just gotta bring a hammer.
Yeah, I brought a 10-pound sledge. I also brought a pick too, and that pick did not do shit. But that sledgehammer, I mean, it got through. I got like one decent piece, but it's
Did
only.
you bring a big pry bar?
No, at the time I did not. But then again, I had a pickaxe. So,
Yeah, pickaxe is pry bar.
oh, I've got a really, really nice pry bar now, and it's funny as shit. It's made from. Have you ever heard of the company Fisker?
Why is that sound familiar? Fisker. Is that like a car manufacturer?
No, they manufacture scissors.
Fisker.
They are known.
You know, that's funny. My mom was a beautician for years. That's probably where I heard that. Fisker.
Here, I'll no context tweet a picture of what I've got. That thing is fucking badass and durable as hell.
Tomorrow when I go to the garage, I'll send you a picture of the 5-foot pry bar.
Well, no,
It's made by Snap-on. It's been warranted before.
Well, I mean, who's gonna hate on Snap-on, really?
Well, I hate it because of the price, but when you bend a freaking pry bar that's 5 feet long and they warranty it, they don't even ask.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't go wrong.
yeah, that's what I like about Snap-on is like, oh, you got fucked up? Okay. Sears used to be like that.
Ask, they don't even look at it, throw it right in the bin and give you a brand new one.
Yeah, I mean, Sears used to be like that. Not anymore.
Dude, JC, not.
By the way, the pry bar that I put up, it's 30 inches.
That's a good pry bar.
Yeah, that and god damn, man, that thing. I mean, if you take a look at it, it's supposed to do more shit. But when I was helping a buddy of mine do demo to rebuild houses, holy shit, that fucked things up really quick. It took shit
Dude, they come
out of
in
the way.
handy. The big sledgehammer, pry bar, and a shovel.
You know, I've got a tactical shovel, but I'll tell you what, I don't.
Like one of those little foldables?
Yeah, I don't like it.
You put a lot of, like the German ones that had the wooden handle, because they're one piece, they don't fold. Those you can actually put a lot of work behind because they're short. But the GI ones, because they fold,
Yeah.
you could end up breaking the rivets.
Well, it was modeled after the Army shovel, but I mean, you get what you pay for. It was like $20, and it's garbage.
Keep it underneath the seat of your car.
No, I have underneath the seat of my car. I have a modified club. It's legitimately a lead-filled pipe.
I can see that.
I don't know why he was doing it or making them. He was at the machine shop one day and he's like, "Yeah, just filled these full of lead. Check it out." I'm like, "Well, that's pretty cool." He's like, "I'll make you a grip for it." So he just went.
I like your buddy.
Yeah, he just went and grabbed some, that electrical tape, and just
the black shit.
Yeah, and just wrapped the whole end of it. And he's like, "Here, there you go. Merry Christmas." I'm like, "All right, Christmas in July." There's shit I carry around just for sentimental purposes. I mean, one of the first knives that I ever bought, I carry that around with me, and it's just one of those goofy pocket knives, right? That's got like the wooden sides on it. It only has 2 blades. But
yeah, I know. It's like an old scout knife.
Yeah. Matter of fact, my grandfather gave it to me when I first went into the Cub Scouts. And it's funny because I got in trouble for it when I would take it to our little Cub Scout get-togethers. They're like, "Oh, you can't have a knife." I'm like, "This is the 70s. Fuck off."
And I was on the Cub Scouts, and I always, ever since I was a little kid, I always carried a knife on me.
I mean, unless I slice somebody's vein, I'd have to stab somebody like 87,000 times to kill them.
Dude,
with
it's
this
a
knife.
fucking utility knife. It's for opening boxes and like maybe gutting a squirrel. You're not gonna take down somebody or a deer.
Well, my grandfather used to call it a twine cutter. Because he was like, "That's pretty much all this is good for." But I love my grandfather, and that is an awesome thing. Hey, Mr. LM. Good morning. Let's see. Snap-on is pretty good, but sadly, basically all their tools are made overseas. SK Tools got bought up by a Chinese company, and even though they say they'll keep making them in the U.S., I have my doubts.
What about Williams?
Hey, Lo-Fi, good morning. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I normally go with, I sure as shit have no love for any of that fucking garbage that they sell at Home Depot or Lowe's.
Oh, like the Stanley or shit like that. Yeah, that's garbage.
Oh, God damn it! What's it called? It begins with a K.
Coker?
No, I'm trying to remember. And by the yeah, Cobalt. Cobalt for Lowe's, DeWalt for Home Depot, and they're both fucking garbage.
I agree.
Although
if you're fucking building a freaking bench, yeah, that'll work. But if you're like trying to put a fucking deck together, they're not going to cut it.
Although I did buy a full set of Ryobi tools, and in the 2.5, 3 years that I've had it, it hasn't failed me yet. I mean, it's just basic shit. You know, like
Did you buy the battery powered kit that had the circular saw, the sawzall, the fucking grinder, and the drills and everything in it?
Yep. And they had them on sale, and I bought each one of them.
$199.
Yeah. And it was.
I bought mine 2 years ago or a year and a half ago at that price, and like I do my shit in like an industrial setting, and I did break the sawzall and the grinder, but everything else is still holding up.
Oh, I play
makes good shit.
I play very gentle when it comes to sawzalls. And yeah, I mean, I've got like 18 different types of blades, and I know what I'm cutting, and I have more confidence with Ryobi than I've ever had with DeWalt. And holy fucking shit, has Makita gone into the toilet?
Oh, Makitas, they used to be fucking top of the line.
Makita and Milwaukee. And both of them suck now.
The old Milwaukee cordless Sawzall was like the number one tool that they would have around here for assholes cutting off catalytic converters.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
But now, like, they're all using these, like, the little battery-powered orbital grinders.
Yeah, I could see where that would work. I mean, I've got an awesome angle grinder. It's water fed if I need it to be. And I was gonna do like I'm starting my rock channel, right? One of the scripts I wrote is about how to polish rocks. But I can't fucking polish rocks because I don't have an outside spigot. So I can't hook it up and water feed it because honestly, if you're going to be polishing anything, or I mean, if in fact you're going to be cutting anything, I've got a wet tile saw too. If you're going to be doing any of that, it's got to be water fed because you're kicking up all that fucking dust. And honestly, in this heat, I would prefer not to have to wear a mask. That's the only reason why I'd wear a mask, by the way.
Stone dust is bad. When I was doing concrete work when I used to work for that fence company, it was pretty bad.
Oh yeah. We would have to go in and like there was this one guy that he was a customer every 10 to 14 months. He was very old and he had a tendency to run into his garage. And so we would come out and, you know, we'd take an angle grinder, we'd grind out the mortar and take the broken bricks out and replace them with new bricks. And yeah, there was a ton of dust flying. I remember, and I hate to go shirtless, but I mean, before I got into the car, I took my fucking shirt off, shook that thing out, beat my pants down, rubbed my hair
Cough
through it.
up those big loogies.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would do the thing where I would hold my breath and then grind as much as I could and then stop.
Turn and breathe and then go back at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Just like grinding Bondo. Grinding Bondo and like body filler. Oh my God, it's terrible. Especially if it has like fiberglass filler in it.
See, I've never, I am car ignorant. I know how to do things like, well, back in the day, I could change out a solenoid or an alternator, or change the oil, you know, shit like that. Basic bitch stuff.
Dude, that's not becoming basic anymore. Some of these cars is really difficult to work on.
Well, I don't know. I haven't, knock on Jewwood, I have not had to mess with my Subaru Outback. It has been sharp. It takes care of business.
Was it like a 2006, 2012?
No. Mine is a 2003. That's the last year.
Oh, you got the good one.
That's the last year they made a 6-cylinder.
Just change your fucking oil, dude. It'll be fine.
Well, I mean, you know, I was talking to a mechanic buddy of mine. He's like, yeah, every 5,000 miles, you're good. And I was like, dude, I won't drive 5,000 miles in a year. He's like, dude, every 5,000 miles. Every so often, take the dipstick out. If it looks dark, go get it changed. Besides that...
If it looks dirty, dump it. Yep.
Yeah. Besides that, count your blessings and go 5,000. And
every 50,000, do a timing belt in it. But besides that, those fucking things will run. They'll outlive me.
Well, and also the cool thing about it is since I'm with AAA, I can take it to like one of a bunch of different grease monkeys, and I can get it done for $20. I'll be honest with you, with what my physical health is, $20 is worth it.
I fucking wouldn't do it for $20.
Yeah, and that includes the oil as well. I mean, it's all synthetic, but meh, you know.
Yeah, like, yeah, I'm a grease monkey, but I wouldn't do a fucking oil change for $20.
And by the way, Mr. LM is right. He was the one who recommended to get the Subaru 6 cylinder, and
You have the HR6 or the H6.
ye H6.
It's a 3 liter.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good motor.
and
Just gotta keep an eye on your water pump and the fucking dude. They make power.
dude, the only problem I'm having with the vehicle, besides when they put new brake pads on it, you still get that little grinding thing, the little
Kind
grinding
of for a
sound.
little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Who cares? Hey, good morning, Fat Andy. And by the way, Lo-Fi, if you're still listening, you're more than welcome to drop by too. Mr. LM, the door is always open for you. And yeah, I mean, I went through, I studied everything about the pros and cons of the Subaru Outback, and it's so funny because close to us, down in Cincinnati, they had a Subaru Outback LL Bean edition. So this fucking thing was tricked out. It even has the guy put a new radio in it, but he also installed it that it has a USB port. So I can literally be driving, connect my phone in case I need to charge it, go on about my business.
My last car had a cassette player.
No, this one's got a CD player, and somebody was laughing at me about it, and I'm like, fuck off. I still have a shit ton of CDs.
Fuck, they're cassettes. You can tell the fucker to fuck off.
Well, and you can get one of those plug-in things that they still make.
Yeah, they still make them, but I crashed that car. I'm building another one.
Well, I mean, I don't have the ability to build anything. That is plain truth. Hey, stop knocking my shotgun box down. Tonight I got my shotgun out and just decided to load it. So I've got, a gun close to me.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's just a Remington 870.
I got my Mossberg behind me.
Although the bullshit about it is, it's got that like shoulder strap on the bottom, and I'm like, this is one of the worst designs ever, because you're sitting there trying to pump it, and you got to make sure you're not grabbing onto the shoulder strap first.
Oh, it's got that goofy fucking loop around the handle.
At the bottom.
At the bottom of the forward grip where you would rack it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a stupid fucking assist so you can hip fire it.
It's funny too, because honestly, I was going to go with a Mossberg.
I don't care. They're both good guns, different manual of arms. The Remington's easier to disassemble, but they're both good guns. I mean,
oh, I don't have any trouble taking anything apart and cleaning it. That was one of the things. I used to go shoot with my buddy, and I was like, yeah, just make sure, take it home, 30 minutes, clean it. And
make sure it's fucking clean.
That's all you need, because the moment you bugger it up or you get it dirty, I have seen somebody fire a pistol and watched it blow up in their hand.
Was it a Glock or a fucking Smith & Wesson?
It's a Glock.
Okay.
Of course it's a Glock.
Oh, the old Smith & Wessons, was it the Bodyguard? Those used to freaking blow up.
Oh, dude, my shit is here.
The composite frame subcompacts the Smith & Wesson made.
Here, I'll no context tweet a picture of my shotgun.
I won't be able to look until I pop off.
Yeah, it's a tactical. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I just want a decent, reliable shotgun. That's all I want. And I'm good.
But you got an 870. You can't ask for anything more reliable.
Yeah, and I paid, what was it, $400 for it?
Wait, recently?
About a year ago.
That's a good price, dude. You did well.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I did even better. I got the gun that I'm used to, the gun that I like, the handgun. I got a Ruger Security 6 for $425.
You had that for a while, though, didn't you?
I've only had it for about 2.5 years, but I mean, that's what I used to own back in the late '80s, late '80s, '90s, and I had to get rid of it in the early 2000s.
Oh, one thing I've been doing with a lot of my firearms is like in the buttstock, I'll have a rubber band holding a pair of earplugs, like in the package, like to fucking push in earplugs.
Oh,
Because if anything happens, you want to be able to fucking hear.
Oh, dude, I got I have a regular carry case for it, and I've got my glasses and my plugs in there. Matter of fact, I've got a side satchel. If I know I'm going out shooting, that I will just take and put everything in the side satchel, including I've got these awesome noise canceling headphones.
Those are fucking cool.
Oh, they're a beauty. I mean, it sounds like when you're shooting,
Are
it
those
sounds
the
like
ones
this.
that amplify. Do those amplify the noise if if it's real quiet?
When I'm firing, and I usually when I'm practicing, I use 38 special rounds. It sounds like this.
38 specials, half the pressure, or should be like 45,000 psi.
That's honestly, I don't know that stuff. I'll be honest with you, I do not know it. Wait a minute, I gotta get a link to Mr. LM.
But yeah, no, I always keep I even like my home defense shit. I got like earplugs like rubber banded to the stocks.
Oh well, I mean, you better bet. When I go out for target practice, it's 38 special. You can get that ammo all fucking day.
Plus, who wants to be indoors cranking off a 357?
Well, but for home defense, I do have 357 hollow points. By the way, those do make quite a bit of noise. And I am completely okay with that. Because honestly, if I'm firing that gun and it's got hollow points, I'm firing on something. You know, if
you have to pull the trigger at that point, there's a reason.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a bobcat in my backyard or a crackhead in the front, either one of them are going to taste some hollow point. Hey, Mr. LM, how you doing?
Hello there. Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. I was buoyed by the fact that I got a very nice visit yesterday from one of my former ECF caregivers, and she brought her daughter along, and they are bitten by the bug of rock hounding. Not like digging or anything, but they like to go to rivers and creeks that are known for rocks, and then they spend the day just walking it, picking up. Well, they're down in Kentucky, so they're picking up geodes. Now, I hated to let them know that geodes from Kentucky are pretty much garbage. You'll spend more time cleaning it, and you'll get less the result. But if it's something they enjoy, then God love them. Because I'd love to be out there doing that too. Matter of fact, they wanted me to go with them this morning. They're leaving out at like 8 or so, and I'm like, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Right now, I might be able to walk a riverbed for maybe an hour, but I'm done after that. I have literally, because of the past year, all the time in the hospital, I've got no constitution. I've got to get it back.
I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I need to get some water. I'm fucking getting way too hot in here.
Well, go water yourself.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
cool.
Later.
Over.
But yeah, I mean, the only problem that I've got with my Subaru is it has a leak, and I checked because it's got like a sunroof and a moonroof.
Yeah.
I checked those. The seals around them look good. I think it's on the luggage rack.
It could be. I mean, the easy way to check if you got the leak is go through a car wash, unbuckle, sit in the back seat, and just find where it leaks. Because trust me, car wash will make you find leaks pretty damn quick.
Oh, oh no, I know where it leaks.
Okay.
I was in a hard driving rain, and
Yeah.
you know where the seat belts come down out of the roof in the back?
Mhm. Yeah.
They were leaking down that.
Oh, great.
And then when I just stomp on my brakes, all of a sudden it went through, the top where you've got your little map hole. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
It's also where you got your interior lights that you can move around and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it started coming out there too.
Oh, delightful. Yeah. As a rule, I try to avoid getting anything that doesn't have a solid roof. Like I say, don't get I say don't get any sort of what do you call it, a sunroof or anything of the sort. I mean, especially nowadays. Nowadays they're all electric. So not only do you have to worry about it leaking, you have to worry about it getting stuck open. On my pickup I got, it has a sunroof. I didn't originally want to get it, but you settle for what you can get. And I was a broke kid in high school, so
Well,
go ahead.
dude, I always had ugly machines in high school. I had a 73 Gran Torino station wagon.
Mhm.
And after that, I had was an 85 Citation, Chevy Citation. Ran both of those motherfuckers into the ground. I mean, I had them each for at least 10 years, and I'd already bought them used. And then I went through the weirdness that is, I don't know what it was, but I had a good job. I was working steady, and I would buy a beater for like $200.
Yeah.
And it would last me about 6 months. The engine would blow up or tranny would go out, and I'm just like, fuck it, take it to the junkyard. I get $50 for it, and I go find another beater. The best beater I had was the best beater I had was a one of the Reliant K cars.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those things are actually pretty, not like the best, but I mean, the engines are pretty damn durable. They're very easy to work on relatively. They're cheap, and parts are everywhere for them because they just made so many of the damn things. They were nobody before what do you call it? Chrysler really did that, where they had it was the first modular platform basically, where it's like we're going to build they invented the minivan too. It's like, okay, we're going to build regular cars, we're going to build pickup trucks. They made some K car pickups. There's not a ton, but they did. They made everything off of those, and they standardized what is done today. Everything nowadays is built off the same platform. It's like I got a sedan and a CUV, compact utility vehicle, quote unquote. They're all built off the same platform and such.
By the way, did you see the new utility vehicles that almost look um like an El Camino on steroids.
Oh, you mean the? I don't know if you're thinking of. Are you talking about the little short bed car based pickups that they're making, like Ford and Hyundai?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not quite an El Camino. I'd say that's kind of shameful to El Caminos everywhere saying it's an El Camino on steroids. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I pay attention to the Maverick and the Santa Cruz. They're pretty slick. I generally don't recommend anybody buying a car during the first 2 model years of it unless it's like unless it's like a rebadging of an existing car or something. Basically, during the first 2 model years, that's where all the problems happen. And even if they're covered by warranty, you're stuck taking the car to a dealership to fix it. And basically, every time you take a car to a dealership or a shop, it's a roll of the dice if they screw something up worse or they damage your car while it's in their care. I mean, it's pretty rough stuff.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, if you are going to the dealer, they're going to find something else wrong too.
They'll find it even if it isn't there.
Yep.
Depending on the dealer.
Uh-huh. A buddy of mine, I helped run his vape shop for a few years. His specialty was, finding shit to put on the bill. He was also really good at fixing leaks. He worked on Cadillacs mostly.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've got my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping that he can help me with, my front windshield has started to crack. And I've got that stuff that you supposedly can put it into the cracks and it'll bond.
Yep.
I haven't tried it yet.
Honestly, my advice is go with Safelite. It's probably more expensive than doing it yourself, but that's all they do. That's literally all they do is repair windshields and replace windshields. When you get a crack sealed, don't treat it as a fix. Treat it as a temporary repair. Because depending on how long you have the car, it may last for as long as you have the car. However, it's the glass is already cracked, and once it gets a crack, the crack's gonna grow. It's just you put the seal. It's not sealant. You put the epoxy crap in there, and it keeps the glass from moving in that void there, which helps lessen how much more it cracks. But we had one repaired with Safelite years ago, repaired quote unquote, and then hit a bump and it cracked the whole windshield from one end to the other. Eventually, because that's just what happens. It gets little fractures in it, and eventually they all just connect. And so yeah, I would just call Safelite. Honestly, it's worth it. They know how to do it. They do it really damn well, and it's pretty cheap, surprisingly. And they'll show up in 2 days. We were waiting to get a replacement windshield put in for a vehicle, and we were working with a dealer, and the dealer took I think it took them 6 weeks, and we didn't hear anything. We call him and be like, yeah, it's going to be another 4 weeks. We call up Safelite. Yeah, we'll have it in 2 days. And then they were there, and they installed it. So it wasn't... They got the windshield in 2 days, and they had it installed the same day they got it. And it took them all of 30 minutes. So they know how to do it, and they will do it quickly, and that's who I'd recommend, honestly.
Well, I don't want to say I bought the windshield repair resin for nothing.
Well, no offense, but when it comes to stuff that you got to see through, I would. Would you do amateur glasses repair yourself if you broke a lens or cracked a lens? It can work, but it will definitely hinder your visibility.
I've been a part of that before, so yeah, it's here. Let me give you a picture.
Fair enough. Well, I would, yeah.
Then again, they could just be photoshopping this shit too. But only thing I need to do is blast that thing as well as I can. Then let it dry out. No muddies, no cruddies. And this is a very, very weird night of no context tweets so far. But yeah, I've got this shit. It's raring to go.
You got my 2 cents, man. I didn't really believe in the whole safe flight crap, and then had it done. It's like, wow, they do a really damn good job, and they're really timely about it. So,
Well, yeah, I got a brother from another mother, and all he does is replace windshields. And he's damn good. As long as you find him the windshield, he can have that thing done that day. He's got like a 2-car garage, and the outside part of the 2-car garage, he turned it into a drive-through. So you can literally drive your vehicle in there, and he's got lifts in case he needs them. But yeah, he's got that shit set up. He has got it locked down. I respect the boy for that. I was like, hey, I had a deer bust out my my driver's side windshield. He's like, yeah, well, what kind of car is it? And I forget what kind of car it was. I think it was whatever the hell it was. I've owned so many cars, it's a blur at this point. Just like, how many women have you slept with? It's a blur. Sorry, guys. But I told him what the car was. It was a Sunbird. That's what it was. It was a Sunbird. And he's like, oh, well, those are pretty damn common. So let me check. Let me see if I've got one. Because like anytime his side job is towing wrecks. And if he sees something good that he can pop off of a wreck, he'll take it. Especially if it's a totaled car. And he's like, yeah, I got a driver's side window. I'm like,
safe. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was like, cool. He's like, can you be over in 20? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And so I'm like, hey, I know this is going to take a little while. Why don't I go down? There's a Greasy Spoon down there. And I was like, why don't I go down and, hook you up with coffee and maybe get some donuts or something. And he's like, yeah, sausage gravy, man. So I go down, I get the food, I bring it back, he's done.
Nice. Well, there definitely are people like that in this world. I was speaking of salvage vehicles. If people want a deal on a vehicle, try to find one that has a bunch of hail damage. Because there are cars where it's like somebody bought it and has like less than 10,000 miles on it. A hailstorm comes around, completely dimples every like panel on it, destroys the windshield, sometimes the rear window, sometimes the tail lights, and the cost of since all these cars are like unibody for the most part, and you got structural bits, the cost of repairing all of the little dimples exceeds the value of the insurance payout or whatever, so they just total the cars.
Yeah.
But the cars are perfectly functional. It's just all cosmetic damage. Now, I wouldn't recommend it if you're trying to like get a Prius that gets 50 mpg. Yeah, those dimples will probably hurt mpg. But if you're getting like a regular sedan or a pickup or something, you can do pretty well with a salvage title car if it's just hail damage.
Well,
if it's something else, I would not recommend salvage title cars because it's an issue.
The salvage title cars have the downfall of, wait a minute, why are they a salvage title? If they immediately say flooding, no fucking
Yep.
way.
Yeah. No, flooding's a definite no. And like, my dad drives around a salvage title. He has a Subaru SVX, and it has an H6 just like your Subaru. It's a great car. The only issue is, and it runs and drives perfectly fine, but the frame was bent, and the guy basically, or not the frame. Well, yeah, I guess you would call it the frame. It's not body on frame, but it has like one of the front kind of unibody frame rails was bent in, and so he kind of straightened it out, but it doesn't match with the other side. So fenders and stuff have fender liners have a hard time getting put on and stuff. So I wouldn't recommend salvage in terms of like a car that was crashed and repaired, because it really depends on who did the repair, how well it's fixed. But
And by the way, Tailfin, I actually do have Liberty Mutual, so they don't do much of shit.
right. Oh, we were talking about those, like the Ford Maverick and the Hyundai Santa Cruz, the car-based pickups that they're making. I never got to finish what I was going to say. Is they're great little vehicles if you need them. My recommendation is the only one worth getting would be the Maverick Hybrid. But that being said, I'd wait a year or two because they've been having a bunch of recalls. But the Maverick Hybrid right now, it gets, I think, 43 city, 37 highway for a pickup. I won't call it a truck because it isn't a truck. It's a little pickup, kind of like the old. Well, it's not even all that little. It's bigger than my pickup. And I have a body-on-frame '94 Toyota pickup with a 75-inch bed and its extended cab. So, and it's bigger than that. But anywho, point being, it's a little pickup like the old Volkswagen Rabbit pickups, unibody. And honestly, if you were in the market for a two-wheel drive car, that's what I'd get if you're going front-wheel drive. And you don't really care about having a manual transmission or whatever, and you're buying a new one, I'd wait and then get a Ford Maverick, because you can get them. I think starting price is like it's like $22K now. It used to be $20K, but
I just posted a picture of the Hyundai Santa Cruz.
yeah, I like the look of the Santa Cruz more than the Maverick, especially the grille. But the Santa Cruz gets horrible gas mileage. The all-wheel drive and the non-hybrid Mavericks don't really get good gas mileage either. So I wouldn't really recommend them. But yeah, no, the Maverick Hybrid gets really, really good gas mileage for what it is. I mean, it gets and for like $22K, it's a hell of a value if you don't need all-wheel drive and you don't want a manual transmission. And it should last a lot. The transmission in it should last a lot longer than most automatics nowadays, because it's an eCVT like in the Prius. So it's planetary gears. It's not a belt like in non-hybrid CVTs. And those belts go to crap pretty quickly. But the electric CVTs that are planetary, they last for God knows how long. People have like Priuses for God knows. No, Tailfin. The Maverick is not a truck. It has never been a truck. It will never be a truck. It's a little pickup.
Here, wait.
Nowadays.
Here, I'll put up I'll no context tweet a picture of the Maverick.
Yeah. I mean,
there you go.
There are many things I hate about the Maverick. Mainly because I am a very particular person who is also who's very, very particular. So there are bits where it's like, why is it bigger than my old 94 pickup, even though it has a shorter bed? Well, that's because everything's bigger nowadays.
Wait a minute, let me
Why
ask
haven't
this.
they made it with... go ahead.
Tailfin, are you in the Discord? I know 3-4 is, and I know he's not been potatoed in recent memory. Why don't you boys jump in? Yeah, Willie, T-tops do leak, but I don't have a T-top. I have a sunroof and a moonroof. And
Well,
and I'm almost
sunroofs and nunroofs leak too.
and I'm almost positive because I've checked the seals around it. You know, it's not weathered or cracked or anything. Um, I'm almost positive that it's coming from the luggage rack.
Really, anything you do to pierce, you take what was normally a solid section of steel or sometimes aluminum, and then you put a hole in it. That's when they leak. It's like if you, I mean, some boats have holes in them, but most boats, if you put a big hole in them, they tend to leak. Even if you put a rubber gasket, so you just treat it like a boat. Don't put extra holes in a boat that don't need it. There you go.
Yeah, and honestly, I do think um, that the goddamn cans, the moonroof and the sunroof, I think they're fine because honestly, if there would have been any leaking, it would have leaked around those seals. But I'm getting leaking, you know, that's back in the seatbelt straps in the very back, and then also going into the you know, that little conglomerate thing. God damn it. How do I explain that?
You explained it.
Let me see here. Okay. My typing skills aren't doing really well today. No, it's I know what car I'm
The
looking
Maverick.
for.
I just looked at your picture. That is not the Maverick by far.
That's what they said.
Nope. Look up Ford Maverick pickup.
I did. I just pulled one of the pictures where you could see the back end of it better.
That is not a Maverick. Oh God, no. Yeah, look at all the other pictures and then look at that. That's the one stand out.
Oh, come on. It's supposed to show everything. Show the goddamn roof, you motherfuckers. There's too much focus.
No, the
on
Maverick is
way.
basically they took a CUV platform and they turned it into a little pickup. It's not a truck, it's unibody, sadly. But it can hold the hybrid can have 1,500 pounds of payload in the bed. It will hold that much in the bed, and I can tow 2,000 pounds. And the non-hybrid can tow 4,000. But honestly, I don't think it's worth getting the non-hybrid because gas is expensive and it uses a Ford automatic transmission, and Ford automatic transmissions made nowadays are not known for their durability or longevity. And yeah, I mean, what I want them to do is make a manual transmission one, but considering it costs like over $1 million to certify a new drivetrain with the EPA, they have to think that they'll sell $1 million worth, or they'll make $1 million worth of profit or more selling manual transmission Mavericks if they're going to make one.
Okay.
So the chances of them making one are pretty slim.
All right, I found it. This is what my interior roof looks like. And as you
Yeah,
can,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah. So as you can see where the lights are and everything, that's where the water started leaking from. And he told me, my buddy told me that they have rails set up to diffuse the water, anything coming in. Even if it gets inside, it's supposed to be able to diffuse it out. So he wants me to take this sealer and just seal everything.
Yeah. Tailfin, my guess is it is, hey, we have a car name that we kind of own, we're going to use it. And they just pick the one they like. I'm kind of partial to cars not named after horses because horses are shitty, shitty animals. But it's
Dude,
go ahead.
So what was your favorite then?
My favorite what?
Your favorite vehicle?
Favorite vehicle of all time, or just vehicle I've owned?
That you have owned.
That's hard because I got two I really like. I got one. It's a 1980 Commuta car, which is a little electric, basically cheese wedge with batteries kind of haphazardly put on the outside. What happened is they started originally as the city car, and then the federal 5 mile an hour bumper came out, that regulation, and the city car is basically like football helmet plastic around a box, like an aluminum base frame, aluminum tubing space frame. So it's not really built to take like big impacts. The plastic won't like the color's molded into the plastic, so that's nice. But aluminum's not designed to take massive impacts. And so they just took these giant, like, they took these pieces of, like, the 2x4 and they coated them with, like, a few inches of foam, and then they put these, like, shock absorbers on the frame and bolted these onto there. So it has these giant, goofy bumpers. And the person I bought it from put a 21 horse motor in it, which is, like, more than double what it had stock, and it drifts like no one's business. It is the most fun thing I have ever driven. Right now, I'm waiting on extra batteries, and that thing's great. And then I also have a I think it's a 1968. I need to check real quick.
Actually, I thought one of the good ones was the Pontiac Aztec.
I mean, it was before its time. If they sold it nowadays, I think it would sell pretty decent. Not with how bad gas mileage is, but I got what was it? Hang on. Oh, no. Yeah, no, so I think, I got it here. I have a 1976 DJ5D. So DJ5D Jeep. It's not CJ, it's DJ. Dispatcher Jeep. It's an old postal Jeep. Has sliding doors on it and a hard top. Has a TorqueFlite 727, or A727 transmission, 3-speed, and a Dana 44 with working track lock. I got it for I think I got it for $1,800 or something.
Dude, I honestly just remember when the fucking PT Cruiser came out and everybody was going ape shit about it. And it's like, it's that, well, we found out later that it wasn't a very good car.
Oh no, it was arguably like the worst car. I mean, the 2.4 liter Yamaha 4-cylinder that they put in there, that was a great little motor. The issue is if you wanted to do any sort of work in the engine bay of those damn PT Cruisers, you basically had to take the whole, like, all the trim off and everything. It was a massive pain in the ass.
Wow.
I had a big soft spot for the PT Cruiser convertibles. And I like them when they'd put the woody on, the fake wood paneling on them, and but they're also a huge piece of shit. And the damn convertible tops are hydraulically actuated. I don't know if you know this. A lot of cars, if it gets too cold, convertibles, and they're hydraulically actuated convertible tops, they won't let you put them down or put them up. So if your roof's stuck down in the winter, it's just stuck down.
So, yeah, my dad was a fan of ragtops. And, yeah. I mean, he would pull them out. You know, spring's here. Ride them around, take them to the car shows. Then as soon as it started getting cold, he was like, yep, time to put them back in the garage.
Yeah. My issue with most convertibles is they're not built to be driven with the top down in bad weather. Which, I mean, that doesn't sound like like you should be doing that. However, sometimes your convertible top gets stuck, or sometimes you're already on the highway and then it starts raining. And so now your seats fill up with water. The foam in them fills up with water, and then you get mold and crap. Honestly, I think people should build seats kind of like for convertibles out of like a thin mesh where it's waterproof and it allows a lot of airflow. And it's not really waterproof, but well, I guess it is waterproof, like a nylon mesh. I'm sitting in a seat right now that's made out of it, and it is very comfortable and it's very good for cooling. Shit. My bedroom can get up to like, what is it? I can get up to like 78 degrees in here before I get uncomfortable in this chair because it's so well ventilated and the natural air currents just, I think, what is it called? Microthermals. They just naturally cycle the air, and I'm pretty damn cozy in here. Whereas in my old leather recliner, if it got like above 72, it was just horribly uncomfortable.
Oh, I need to say some highs, Mr. LM.
Fair enough.
Good morning, Bunny. Good morning, Cybertaz. And good morning, Yogi. Be a good dog, Yogi, and you can come in. Be the best doggo you can be. And Bunny, you're still in the ward, I believe. Are you not? I thought she was still in the ward. Let's see.
I mean, I've driven in some. Well, I actually haven't driven in a ton of convertibles. I think I've driven in more vehicles with soft tops or without roofs than convertibles. The only, let's see.
Yeah. Bunny, you're in here under Commie Rabbit. You get in here, girl. Well, whose fault is that? Send me a fucking DM. And I will send you an invite, but it looks like the exact same. Miss Bunny, it looks like the exact same. Not discontinued Bunny, but this one is Commie Rabbit. So you should be able to. And wait a minute, let me drop a nice 24-hour link in the chat. So if you want to get in to their Discord, there it is.
Yeah.
And just remember, you have to hit 911 first, so we know that you're here, and then we can get you clearance and get you talking. But
No, I will say. Oh, go ahead.
But I was gonna say I listened to Lo-Fi's show a week ago. And boy howdy, I was not shocked, but big ups for Zell for telling the whole story of his California mobilization. And Bunny, who the hell's fault is that? Not mine. I can't keep track of your alts. So yeah, I have no idea. Well, there's Telfin. You are now a patient, Tailfin. There you go.
So the same with the convertibles. Honestly, I think I'm one of the people who would drive a convertible in all weather if the convertible was built for it. Because I like the feeling of the wind in my ear and the openness of it, and I also don't really care much about stuff like AC in a car. I think if a car is properly designed, you don't need AC. Like, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I certainly don't. Yobi.
Yellow.
Yobi.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear
Ah, good. Ah, boy, you know how this shit is.
you. Yep.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I have no clue how anything is.
No, well, don't we all?
Yeah, but you would think, since it's my actual stream, that I would know what's going on.
Well, nobody does nowadays. Anyway, what we were talking about cars earlier.
Yeah, we're still talking about cars, I guess.
Yeah, that's not a subject that I'm really interested or really know much about, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm still wading back and forth about the drama. So
What drama?
Tailfin's a big car guy, and I definitely could. If you need us to eat up hours of stream, we definitely could.
Well, Telfin is in the ward now, so he's gotten a role. If he wants to hit the waiting room, we'll drag him in.
Tailfin. Wait a minute. Was he on one of the previous streams?
I don't know.
One of these previous hangouts.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm trying to. Oh, he's in the side chat.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen him in the chat more than once.
That's the guy.
Tailfin, go into the damn waiting room so we can drag you in.
Who's this guy? There's a Tailfin for an avatar.
So, yeah, information was imparted to me for this former associate and how bad they were.
You talk about somebody from your server?
They were in the server for a while.
Who are we talking about? Because I don't know what's going on.
Well, this was a story that was related by somebody who was there, who was an integral part of what the story was. And I sent a message hoping that we could get him on. Because we haven't heard from him in quite a while.
Are you talking about Ichabod Orange?
God, no. I haven't heard from him. I tried to contact him about 6 or 8 months ago. Apparently, he's still dying.
Hopefully he's finished that.
No, he's fucking with cancer. That's a definitive.
Oh, good.
He's had lung cancer for about 8 years.
Good. That's what I say. I fucking hate that fucking faggot.
Why?
Well, long story short, this guy, he's a fucking backstabbing piece of shit. Fucking hate him. He would like side with Tonka, then side with like Zeph and Liz, and just go back and forth, flipping and flopping. Fucking hate people that do that.
Well, I mean, he played a little bit of the psychologist role on the IRS.
not a very good one. He's not that smart to be in that kind of role.
Yeah, when you do the questions like, so how does that make you feel? And it's like, it makes me feel like I want to disconnect you.
You know what? He was like grooming this 17-year-old. Like a bunch of furries like called him out on it.
Hey, Taz, are you working? We'll find out in 20 seconds.
I don't think this Cyber Taz, I don't think he likes me either.
Just don't poop or pee in a common area and you'll find.
I do that whenever I want, but I haven't done that here in your dick cord, as you like to call it. You there?
Yeah, I'm trying to focus on typing.
Okay. Man. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm just here. I was playing a video game and then I saw you were streaming. I was listening to one of your old streams while I was playing this game. And you said something about Tyrell said something about how he can't really form sentences that well. And then you said, we had Ryobi on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the king of, like, not being able to form sentences very well.
You've had more than one share of your non sequiturs. That's true.
Non sequitur. I like non sequiturs. What's wrong with them?
Taz only hates Timmy.
The non sequitur right there. I only hate Timmy. Who's Timmy?
No idea.
Maybe he's like talking about little Timmy. Like R-Truth has little Jimmy. Maybe he's talking about little Timmy.
Could be the leader of the band, Timmy and the Lords of the Underworld.
Could be. Where did how do you say this other guy's name? MR LMAO?
Mr. LM?
Mr. LM.
Yep.
Mr. LM 222.
Yeah. 002.
00.
Yeah, you can just call me Mr. LM or LM or whatever.
I heard your name before. Like Doc was calling you Mr. Lom. Doesn't sound right. Because that would imply that there's the letter O in between the L and the M.
I don't remember that.
No, I was listening to one of your old streams. You said Mr. Lum like that.
Maybe. Well, I don't care either way. I'd get the gist. But
Mr. LM sounds just fine. I like the name Mr. LM.
fair enough. So everybody get some quality grub yet today?
Not yet. It's too early. Like I got nothing else to do. Well, later on, I think I might have to go outside. I had to go to see if I could gain some employment to this one place I like.
Dude, is that what you heard?
Are you talking to me about me?
LM?
Yeah, I don't want to get into it on stream, but I'm just, yeah.
Okay, but I mean, this kind of needs to be recorded too.
Well, then I'm not gonna be really here for it. I don't do the drama shit, and I'm just going off of what I've heard. I know other people are going off what they've heard, and there are other bits, but I'm just going off of what I've heard and seen, both in nothing in person, I will say.
Well, I mean, I only had videos sent to me from one stream,
Fair enough.
and that was Zell's side.
Zell,
And,
he's back.
kinda. Like Zell always is.
Not-
Kinda.
Yeah, because Zell, I told him once that he could have a semi-successful like YouTube career if he like put his mind to it, but I don't think it's something that he wants.
Nah, and IRL is kind of a thing right now too. But yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he came on and gave his side. Now I hate to say this, but I am susceptible to signage, LM, and he had pictures to back up what he was saying.
Okay, well, I've seen some of my own, so I can only go off of what I know, and or what I've seen, and I can't say what I know because, well, do we really know anything unless we've seen it with our own eyes in a sober state of mind? So,
Well, everything right now is heresy or hearsay.
yeah, so I just don't really fuck with that shit, to be perfectly honest. Because if I don't really know it, like properly know it, I don't really go spouting shit, because if I'm wrong, well, what damage should I do? If I'm right, well, I was saying shit that I didn't know for certain in a public situation. I could have easily been wrong, so it's not really a good standard to set.
Well,
Usually, it's
I'm
my
saying-
whole policy on what do you call it? Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, Jesus.
I'm sending you a picture.
Yep.
Do you see it?
Yeah,
Do you know what that picture is of?
I do not.
It's a picture of that person's toilet.
I don't know if it's that. Well, hang on. Let's see. Yeah, Jesus. Oh yeah, there's definitely some. Well, okay.
Now, let me.
I could definitely talk to you about this shit off stream because I have been there before. But I
Is
yeah,
this?
I'm in.
Let me ask you, because you've been there. Is that
Yep.
accurate?
I've not seen that before. I've seen it not great before, but I've not seen that before.
Okay, because I even made a little red circle,
Mhm.
and I will send you that.
Yeah.
That was purported to be their dirty toilet.
Yeah.
That's dirty toilet paper stacked up like that.
Okay, that would be pretty disgusting if true. However, I can only go off of what I have seen and what I know. I'm in the habit of, hey, if I don't know something, I don't push it. I usually avoid all the drama bullshit because my whole policy with drama is pretty simple. Either the reason drama's happening, it's so bad the cops need to be called, at which point, why the fuck are you talking about it on the internet? Call the police, report a crime. Or it's just some shit that doesn't require police. And so it's people talking about rumors and things they can't really assert as true for the most part. Because that's what usually drama is. It's, wow, here are two people or more who weren't here when something happened. Let's talk about what happened. Did that shit happen really? Or did it, or is it being, I wouldn't say manipulated,
No.
but you know what I mean.
No,
It's just kind of like, if you're not there, how do you
Well, I mean, you present the evidence. This is what it looked like before he cleaned it, and he did completely clean it. He put like $600 in product in there to help clean it. You know, paint the walls, get the curtains set back up, make sure the toilet was working again, fixing the shower. This is, you know, directly coming from him. And I've never known Zell to exaggerate. I mean, if things are already bad, you can tell just by the way he talks about it. But let me ask you this, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. In the time that you were over there, I'm sure there was some mess, but were there chemicals being abused when you were there?
No. Well, I'd say not by anybody we talk about, or who is related to anybody we talk about. I just sent you a message. Let's see.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't really want to get into it. So I'd be glad to talk to you about it some other time.
Well,
Or after this or on a separate call, but I will tell you my experience or what I've seen and who's done what and whatnot. I haven't really ever interacted with one of the parties in person, so.
well, and that roommate is supposedly gone because her mom offered him the room that she was in.
I wouldn't know about that, honestly. I will, yeah. I can definitely talk in a separate call, but honestly, I don't really talk about shit that I'm not party to. I can talk about the shit I have seen, but the shit I haven't seen, like in person or like, yeah, I can't really talk about it.
I mean, technically, you would end up being a witness for the prosecution.
Jesus, well, I guess we'll see what happens then.
Well, I mean, in the court of YouTube, you know, whatever the fuck that means.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm curious now, since it's involving Zell, who I never really interacted that much, and I don't know him that well, but I'm wondering now what's going on with him.
Yeah, it's all, I'd say for the most part, it's like most shit on the internet. It's he said, she said bullshit for the most part.
Well, I mean,
Are there bits of truth in various bits? Almost certainly. The question is, what is, and how do you verify what's true and what's not?
well, I mean, I don't want to get all wishy-washy, but when somebody says that they pulled out a gun and that there was a possible rape, then that's when I start to question. By the way, LM, I sent you a picture of the rocks I cleaned today.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I was wondering what I was looking at there, but okay. I haven't heard any of that shit, but I can talk to you about what I've heard and what I've seen. Well, actually, I'll talk to you about what I've seen.
So, Billy, have you ever seen a grown man naked?
I have, unfortunately.
Do you like books about Roman gladiators?
No.
Where is the... Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Oh boy.
Is it? No, not there. Is it here? No. It's got to be here. Yep, there it is. Did you listen to Lo-Fi's show? The Catastrophe
No, I do not.
stream?
I got it in a I got it saved in a playlist of shit to watch.
Okay.
And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, I watched. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to think how to phrase that. You ever seen some stuff where it's like, I want to watch that, but I know if I watch it, I'm gonna get depressed, most likely, no matter what's on that. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, I might want to learn that information, however, or see this position on it or whatever.
Well,
Always compare the different bits. However, it's also a okay, do I want to watch something that's depressing?
I would say that.
Yeah, I got that video saved in a playlist.
Oh, okay, because that has the actual time code where it starts.
Mhm.
So you can blow past the first 45 minutes.
Mhm.
Because it's Lo doing her ADD impression. But yeah, the things that were said, I'm like, God, that kind of tracks. But I mean, this is shit that's happened like fucking recently.
Yep.
If I could ever get a hold of Zell, I'd say, hey, come on, man.
Well, I'd leave you two to talk about it, honestly, but I can only really go off what I've seen, and I can be horribly descriptive in what I've seen. However, I don't go around saying shit, especially when other people are there to defend themselves. At least not publicly. If somebody wants to know my 2 cents on a subject from something I've experienced, I'll talk about it. But it also depends on the person I'm talking to as well, because I don't go around saying random shit. Well, I wouldn't say random. I don't go around saying shit that involves IRL shit for the most part, because people weaponize that stuff all the fucking time. And
Well, now here's
yeah,
a question
I've
for
seen a lot of people. Oh, go ahead.
Well, here's a question for you. And once again, you're under no obligation to answer. But when I talked to this specific person, and you went out there for a couple of days, right?
Several times in more than a couple of days.
Okay. And I was told by this person that you had, I don't know what visit it was, but had tried to, kind of make the lovey-dovey eyes at her. And she felt very uncomfortable. Now, at any time, did you ever ask to, like, share her bedroom with her or take a shower with her?
No, not a single time.
Like sexy oil back rubs?
Never oil back rubs, never anything with sexual intent.
Okay.
It was, yeah, purely platonic.
Well, because she told me that. She prefaced it that way. And you want to know what my response was?
Hmm.
He's a fucking Boy Scout. I don't believe whatever you're telling me.
Well, I think you and I definitely need to have a talk, because I'll go into great detail about what happened, when it happened, and how it happened, at least from my perspective. But yeah, I'm not really comfortable talking about this shit on stream.
Yeah.
So I like just woke up and I didn't want to. And I heard a little bit of this stream. Sorry to interrupt. I heard a little bit of this stream Zell got mentioned, and I've seen Zell get mentioned in a couple other places. And like, my first impulse here is just to be like, why the fuck is everybody attacking Zell all of a sudden? And I'm completely confused.
Actually, no. This is not an attack on Zell. Zell came clean about his living area. Now, once again, in deference to Mr. LM, it is his perspective. But
Oh no, LM left. What the hell? Okay, whatever. All right.
did he?
He just did, yeah.
God damn
Yeah.
it! I hate flipping
I
from
guess
screen to screen.
Yeah, I guess my existence is triggering. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
But
I like LM, but whatever.
I mean, I sent it. I could probably play it. But there's like 45 minutes worth. But
What? Oh,
I mean, this is directly from Zell's point of view. And I know he can tell some tall tales, but from what he said and the experience, bear with me here. But what he experienced with her kind of tracks with what happened with me. So,
and what happened with you?
so I hate to say this, but I'm leaning more into that camp. That Zell's not full of shit on this.
Oh, so it's the opposite. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Zell does stupid shit, right? We all know he does. But,
I mean, everybody
Yeah.
does, really.
But Zell's
yeah.
a good guy, though.
I like
Oh,
Zell.
this was on. Oh, this is on. Yeah, on her. Okay, of course. Yeah. All right. It's on Lo-Fi's thing. I mean, naturally, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were calling each other by their real first names and not giving a shit.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, because like I'm sorry, like I so what is he coming clean about? Who? Like keep saying she, and you're not specifying who you're talking about exactly.
It's a name I have not mentioned in close to a year and a half, maybe closing in on 2 years.
Cadet.
Oh, I think I'm. Yeah.
And he needed a place to live. He was living out of his car. So apparently they opened their doors to him and said, you can sleep on the couch. And apparently they got...
He's told me that before.
Yeah, and apparently they got rid of the drunk neighbors, so the mom said, why don't you just move up into that room? And he said, okay. He's like, now, you know, I can pay rent, but I really do, you know, because of his ADD. He was like, I can pay for my room, but what I'd like to do is, and I'm gonna send this to you, Vlad. This is a picture that they showed. This is the bathroom. That thing that I circled,
Oh,
that is a mound of used toilet paper.
who's they? Like her place?
Yes.
Oh,
It's gross. But
So
go ahead.
So he spent about $600 just completely cleaning up the bathroom. And got it into shape to where, yeah, you can flush and the water works for showers and all this stuff. And she was live streaming on Discord with somebody, and he asked her not to show his face while she was doing it. and apparently she flew off the handle and started talking about how, Zell had threatened her with a gun and threatened to rape her and all this other shit.
Whoa, when the okay. Recently?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
This was after what happened between she and I.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's okay. Sorry, I thought. Okay. I thought I was gonna have to go on a defend Zell tirade for a second. So.
No, and I can say from my personal perspective, he may be a pain in the ass, but he's still our Zell.
Yeah, I mean,
you know exactly
yeah.
what you're going to get from him.
Well, the thing is that I mean, not exactly. I wouldn't go that far. It was pretty unpredictable, but I guess predictable in that there is unpredictability. But no, I mean, it was one of those things where I didn't know which way it was gonna go, but I don't know. I try to, I guess, be the obnoxious person that tries to find a truth in the middle. But he says a lot of shit, and then people go off the handle as soon as he says something, and I understand that because it happens to me all the time. That's kind of the point I'm making there. So I thought that maybe there was a possibility that a bunch of people were flying off the handle because of something that he said. I'm speechless, Tailfin, because I'm tired. All right, I had 3 hours sleep, and I'm just checking Discord because I'm an idiot. And I see some mention of Zell, and then just randomly out of nowhere, and then I checked the stream briefly because Doc pestered me, and I'm like, well, I wonder who's no offense, I'm just kidding, but no, Doc messaged me, and so I went on stream and I went to look at who was on, right? And then I was like, oh, I like everybody on here. That's cool. And then I hear Zell again. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And so I'm like, yeah. So it was weird because, as I said, I've said some weird shit, and Zell has flown off the handle, and he said some weird shit, and I've flown off the handle. He said some weird shit, and everybody's flown off the handle. So I was just trying to maybe see if I couldn't help or whatever.
Well, I don't think anything that you or Zell say can make me fly off the handle.
Oh, I could think of a bunch of things I could. Don't ever say that. Don't ever underestimate my powers of pissing people off really quickly. Once I find something, I'll just, yeah. It's something I really I think I'm pretty good at. Don't challenge me with it is what I'm saying. I've had girlfriends that said the same thing, and then it's a great example. I had one that said there's nothing you could ever say that could ever offend me, and then I said, oh really? So were you ever raped or molested or anything? I don't know, maybe that might explain why. And then she said yes, and I'm like, well, I wasn't fucking molested, you dumbass.
Well,
and then she got offended, and I'm like, see, don't ever say I can't.
Well, I mean, there was something going on, and I don't know how much I can get into it, but I do want to talk to Zell and let he and I compare timelines, because I think he was around or had been around for quite a while, and probably saw the bullshit that was going on between she and I from her perspective. And that has some interest to me. And unfortunately, Zell is sick right now.
Oh man. Oh well.
Well, I mean, anytime he's got the availability, shit, I've got the mic and all the time in the world until I die.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just hope that Zell's doing better than I am.
Well,
Yeah, he doesn't play Pokemon Go and get hit by cars, so probably.
That didn't happen to me at the same time.
Oh, well, who cares? It's funny.
both of the accidents didn't happen at the same time.
Playing Pokemon Go is definitely an accident. Nobody should play that on purpose.
Dude, I tell you what, it helps me with my walking.
You know what else helps with walking? Walking.
I know, but it's
We do that every day.
mind-numbingly boring.
You can listen to music while you're walking.
Yes. You could.
You know what? Go ahead.
Oh, nothing. Go on. It's fine.
No, well, I was a couple of months ago. I had a job where I had to be taking carts from the parking lot, like shopping carts. I had to walk the whole parking lot, and I was using that time to listen to your streams, Doc.
That's sad, actually.
Well, what else was I gonna listen to? Tonka?
Yeah,
I fucking hate.
why not?
Why would I want to listen to Dead Air?
Listen to Viva Fry. He's been doing pretty good lately.
I don't know who that is.
He's a lawyer. He's been talking.
Oh.
He's been talking quite a bit about the Mar-a-Lago raid.
Oh no, that's more recent. I had this job back in January.
I show up and then everybody disappears. See, I don't know why you wanted me on the stream. I showed up and then 4 people left immediately.
Well, no, I honestly thought we were going to have a roundabout discussion from people who have encountered this person, not just on stream but off stream.
Why do you keep saying this person?
Do I really need to say her name?
Just say, you could just, it'd be easy when you say she who shall not be named. You could do that. That'd be funny.
That seems overly dramatic, but okay.
You do it. Okay, look, man. All right, I'm going to be 100% honest here. Okay, actually, you know what? I've never even said this publicly, so you'll love this. All right? Okay. So, and this is really awesome. Okay, I've said this in private a billion times, but I think it paints a decent picture of her character.
Is it a hot take?
It's not even a hot take, dude. It's just facts. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The only hot take in this story is what came out of her mouth. So I was in all that stupid drama that was going on with all those people that I'm not even a part of the drama. I'm not attached to that drama anymore, but you know what I'm talking about. The drama with the Hitsugi and all that shit, right? And the raid and all that dumb shit, right? In all of that, there were a lot of people that were hating on she who shall not be named. And I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that because I already said her name, but whatever. Anyway, a lot of people hating on her. In private, when nobody's listening, nobody's around, Okay, because I don't stream, by the way, if nobody's noticed. Okay, but I was her last defender. And in fact,
how
I don't.
so?
So every time somebody would bring her up, until a lot of evidence was posed later, but I'm not going to go into that. But every time she was brought up during the midst of that drama, okay, I got hateful. It's Kadant. Fuck. Anyway, the point is that every time that she was brought up in this drama, okay, I was the only one that was like, man, I don't know, I've never had an issue with her, like ever. Like I've never had a spat with her or an argument with her. It's always been cordial, and I've even DM'd her like a lot. We had a lot of DMs, you know. I even talked to her about I was drunk and was having some relationship issue and was messaging her about it, which I know sounds dumb, but it's fine because I messaged one of my friends about it. Like they would have just said, "We'll break up with her," which I mean, I did basically more. I didn't it actually it wasn't really a relationship issue, but it's long. Basically, what happened is I had sex with a bitch. She fucking regretted it, and then tried to accuse me in DMs with her of fucking raping her, which was just insane. And I can get into more detail why that's fucking stupid.
Hold on. I'm a little confused.
Okay,
You're not.
No,
hold on. You weren't having sex with her. You're having sex with someone else.
Okay, I was not having sex with Kadant. I was messaging Kadant about a person that I had sex with and was losing my mind because and asking like, what exactly do you think I should do that this bitch is regretting that we had sex or whatever and probably feels like a fucking whore, which is weird because she sent me nudes and all that and asked me for dick pics and stuff. But that aside, I asked her
Wait, hold on.
Oh my god!
Did you reciprocate?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, dude, I didn't just send her dick pics. I sent her a picture of me whacking off and getting off. Like, who cares? The point I'm getting to to the story is that me and that girl did have sex, and then afterwards she was being a cunt, accusing me of raping her or whatever. And then despite the fact that we literally went camping, and the idea was literally to have sex. And then on top of that, she said it was her fault for why I raped her, which makes absolutely no sense as a guilt trip. To guilt trip me. I don't know what the end goal was, but I was asking Kadant what she thought of that situation, and I showed her screenshots and stuff, and I'm like, of that situation, like, what do you think? What should I do? Should I just fucking ghost her? Because that's my instinct, right? And she said that it seemed to her that the bitch was just being manipulative or whatever, something to that effect. And that I should ghost her, and I'm like, yeah, I agree, I guess, whatever, and that's what happened, and that was a conversation we had in depth. I mean, not only that, like, the entire reason your Discord exists is largely, like, in the way that it does it all, or did, I should say, is because, like, myself and Kadant had exhaustive hours-long VCs working together on this Discord account. And yes, through that had other conversations, and she even talked to me about other things that she had going on with Antihero, and though not in too much detail, but regardless, like, that all happened, you know, and so I never had an issue with her personally. And then in the midst of this whole drama, because I asked some very basic questions and got nothing but vitriol in return, okay, she had the nerve to fucking go on a stream out of nowhere. I hadn't talked to her actually at that point in like maybe close to a year. Let's say like 6 months or something. I don't remember. But a while. And then out of nowhere, she said, myself and Yoda are evil people, but Vlad is more evil. And I was like, wait a minute. What in the actual fuck did I ever do to you? Like, holy shit. Like, it was just this weird out of nowhere. And in fact, when I was on Killing Joke stream that she said this, by the way. And I was just sitting here like, what did I ever do to you? Like, exactly. Like what? Like, what did I ever say to you personally, or do to you personally, or anything, to be called that? All you did in that moment was confirm my statement, that my thought that women are just are absolute pretentious, petty cunts that only value is being fucked and being beat, and that's the extent of it. All right, like that's it. Like and cooking food. Like I'm at the point where women are slowly turning me into like a fucking raging incel, because like it's just like every woman I ever or not every woman, but the overwhelming majority of women I have ever interacted with are like that. They're just manipulative and maniacal, insane fucking lunatics.
By the way, Vlad.
Yes.
If you take a look at the stream right now, you might notice something.
Grapes.
Yep. A sad.
Is that what I was supposed to?
A sad.
I was supposed to.
A sad.
It's turning you into a MGTOW, and you know that I'm the anti-MGTOW.
Yeah. There's the sad story. That's what happened.
Yeah, but it was just annoying and weird and odd. And secondly, by the way, MGTOW. By the way, you're gonna hate this, Yobi. MGTOW makes some decent points, right? Like for example, one decent point is you shouldn't base your entire self-esteem on whether or not you have a vagina with you. Living with you, like that's a great point, right? Like focus on a career, get your life straight, then worry about having a vagina to shove your dick in, right? That's fine. It's when MGTOW retards take it like way too far and start referring to women as like, I don't know, fuckable children with tits, which yes, I have heard a MGTOW person unironically actually say that.
I know who it is.
Yes.
What if they have a man vagina?
Right, but yeah, like it's one of these things where like MGTOW, like the saddest part is that like some of their members like had like some like actually like dad level legitimate points, right? And then the majority of them just turned into like weirdo SJW faggots. They're like, women are bad and that they should like went like feminist, but from the opposite gender. It was weird, like wanting to oppress women, like go back to like 1492 or something, you know, whenever women stayed home while men went and discovered countries that weren't America. But no, like, the thing is that ultimately like all it did is confirm though like this like weird annoyance that I have with the majority of women I've ever met.
By the way, good morning to Michael Hatfield, and good morning, Miss Toya.
Every time I read Hatfield, I think it says Hatefield. Yeah.
Vlad, you said that it was gonna annoy me that you would say that, but I actually agree 100% as the anti-MGTOW.
With what?
With what you said about like MGTOW talking points on women.
Yeah, some of them had like, and actually most of the ones that had legitimate points are dead channels anyway. So like they got, you know, like,
and I know the guy that you were talking about that said fuckable children with tits.
It was Turd Flinging Monkey. Yeah.
No, his name is Turd Eating Monkey. That's his name.
Fair enough.
That's the name I gave him.
Dude, I hate him. Yeah,
I fucking hate him. He's my most hated MGTOW. I fucking hate the fuck out of him.
So me and Pinoid got in a huge live stream argument. Well, actually, it wasn't really like an argument, but a debate
with
over
Pinoid.
Yeah.
No.
Over repeal the 19th because Turd Eating Monkey keeps spewing that shit. Like repealing the 19th, I get is a meme for most people because I mean it is kind of funny. But the thing is though, is repealing the 19th isn't going to do what Pinoid thinks it's going, or anybody thinks it's going to do. If you just read the entire sentence that is the 19th Amendment. It's very short. It's not very long. Okay, it says it doesn't say anything about women. So if you repealed that amendment, all that would mean is that any state would then have the ability to basically block anybody from voting based on any gender. So you could have California be like, men can't vote, while you have, I don't know, Arkansas say women can't vote. It wouldn't actually change anything in the way in which people that advocate in favor of repealing it actually believe that it would. So it's just an insane thing that I hear people like Turd Eating Monkey say this shit and haven't even actually bothered to read it in the first place. Like, there's no way you can read the 19th Amendment and come away from that thinking, wow, if I do that, women won't vote. That's insane. Especially in today's environment. Like, there's no way. California would be dude, you would have men lining up saying, yes, take away my right to vote. All right, that's what climate we're in right now. Okay? So, no, it's
Quote
insane.
unquote, man.
Yes. Tailfin says the problem is that most of these guys are Gamergate tier grifters. Actually, yes, but I don't think Turd Eating Monkey was a grifter. I actually legitimately believe he believed everything he said.
He does.
100%.
He does. He does.
Yeah, like,
Go
if you
ahead.
listen to him talk, it's like, yeah, he's very obviously very sincere about what he's saying, even if it's dumb.
Definitely 100% correct. Nah, and you know, it's funny because it's also funny that he reviews like sex toys on his channel, and he reviews ass plugs.
Nice.
He definitely does.
Weird, but okay.
Nah, because
And
he's
yet
talking about how women are. Go ahead.
I would say, yet he debated Atima over anything. But that Atima does exactly the same thing. But okay.
Wait, she does that too?
Yeah. Actually, Atima was a female MGTOW, dude. Did you know that?
That's
Yeah.
called feminist. That's feminism.
No. I mean, a woman that argued in favor of everything MGTOW people said.
Yeah.
Or almost everything. Like she even referred to the movement as more righteous or whatever compared to feminism.
Yep.
It was really
No, there are
fucking
women
weird.
like that. No,
Huh?
there are women like that. I know of women like that.
Yeah. Tailfin
Yeah.
says, so it should push it issue back to. I mean, like, yeah, if we pushed voting rights back to the states, I don't care about that. Like, that's fine, but that's not the argument that people make. They think that repealing the 19th would just magically create would magically make it to where women would just be barred from voting automatically, which is just not true. Like that's just insane. Like that's not how it's worded.
Dude, that means that they need to get their asses in the kitchen, get my dinner ready.
Yeah, right. But that's not. Yeah, like the all the 19th Amendment says. This is it. This is literally the entire 19th Amendment. You cannot be barred from voting based on by your sex, okay, or by your gender or whatever wording. I guess not the exact wording, but that's it. Like they can't discriminate or stop you from voting because of your gender. That's it. That's all it says. Okay. So in a nutshell, that doesn't say anything about women. It doesn't say women have the right to vote. It says nobody should be discriminated against from vote or barred from voting based on their gender. That's the wording is so fundamentally different that if you removed it entirely, it would be like what he said. It would just go to the states. Yeah.
By the way, hi Gil. And Tailfin, you got a lot of excuses, but you're not in here yet. And I haven't even seen Toya drop in. What's wrong with that girl?
Yeah. I was supposed to be
What?
Yeah, he said a man can dream, and she said wet.
say this though: Democratic women shouldn't be allowed to vote.
I don't think anybody should be. So I have two views on it, actually.
You
On
do?
one hand, I like to say that I don't think anybody should be allowed or be barred from voting. That I think, actually, the only people I think that should be barred from voting is anybody under the age of like 21. Like, I think that moving it to 18 was a mistake, and people wanting it to go to 16 is even more stupid. Then again, I've had arguments with people that said that 5-year-olds should be able to vote, and not allowing them to vote is ageism. So, I mean, whatever.
Dude, you know, they have a piece of paper getting ready to go through Congress to lower the voting age to 16, right?
Oh, I know. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I said that and then I think on the other side of the coin, I think we should remove voting entirely and turn the country into what's called a plutocracy. And what a plutocracy is actually, everybody knows what it is, actually. You know how you have jury duty? That's literally lottery based.
I have
Okay, so
I have jury duty coming up in 6 days.
Right. Well, your name was literally pulled out of a fucking hat, out of millions of people, and you were given a duty, right? That's plutocracy. Every government actually ever uses some form of plutocracy. It dates back to ancient Greece, like fucking basically everything else, where they had entire governments based around plutocracy. I'm talking about going back to that, where because I think, in my opinion, and people can debate this if they want, the worst president that you could ever have is the president that wanted to be president. And so, and that goes for any political office. I think that you being in office should be completely random, and it should be in the same way jury duty is. I want people to be like, "Oh my God, I'm president." I want that to be an actual complaint. I want people to whine and cry in the same way that they cry over jury duty.
Jury duty isn't that bad.
I know, but everybody whines about it. But that's what I want. The reason why I want that is because I think more shit would get done or just not enough bad shit would get done if people that were put in that position were mostly A, normal people, and B, weren't people that wanted to be there. So, like, I honestly think that that's part of the major issue, is that everybody who wants to be president is wanting to, in all likelihood, for nefarious reasons.
That was actually me at one point.
Either that or senators or what have you, like any position. And also, here's another fun fact, as a total side note. I do not think any office in government should be an office that's appointed by the government. I don't think you should have people like, I don't know, in the FBI that's appointed by the government, or people in the health department that's appointed by the government that can sit there for like 40 fucking years and just, and that will literally just do whatever they can to stay there. Right? Like, here's the thing. People blame the AG right now because he originally said he didn't have anything to do with it, and now he's saying he had everything to do with it. But aside from that, I can't really blame him, because he would have been fired. He would have lost his whole career, lost his whole fucking job, because Biden or whoever would have just got rid of him. They would have replaced him with somebody else that would do that. Because they're going to do anything to keep their government-appointed job, and that's a problem. If that AG had been elected into that office, I'm going to tell you something, this would have never fucking happened.
Which?
The Mar-a-Lago or whatever invasion. If that guy had been elected into office, it is far more likely he would have just been like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing that shit. Like, I'll never get elected ever again." Like, you know what I mean? No, that the moment that you have that a position to where there's a hire and fire attached to that, where the president personally can just fire you. If they, or anybody above them, can just fire them for not doing their bidding. Like, yeah, of course, the AG signed off on that. Why wouldn't he? He would have got fired. That's my point. He had every incentive to want to do that and to keep his job and to keep his marriage. I mean, it's just like, it's mind-boggling that nobody looks at the situation and goes, wow, maybe the government shouldn't be allowed to appoint people into powerful positions without an electoral process.
Seems legit.
Well, you know what I think.
What?
I think honestly, nothing's going to change.
Nope.
Until President Camacho takes office.
Camacho.
Dude, like you said that, and all I thought about was like my 4th grade teacher. That was literally her name.
Have you not seen Idiocracy?
No.
Oh, Jesus, you need to.
But yeah, like, it's one of these things. There's a lot of problems with our government. And this is the thing that, like, I tried to profess in my video, and you called me a bootlicker for it. I actually legitimately, and be honest, I don't think you actually watched the entire video.
Which one?
Because if you'd... The one where I actually covered Crowder's bullshit on the subject.
No, I watched it. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, like, I don't see how you came away with that, calling me a bootlicker, because I gave some very serious criticisms about the system and about the FBI as a whole.
Because it irritates you?
Yeah. Well, the thing is that, like, to me, like, you gotta understand, okay, this is the part that bothers me, alright? I've been saying most of this fucking shit for most of my life. Like all this stuff that to the right is just now saying, okay, 20 years ago would have called me crazy for saying. Like, I'm not even, like, seriously, like, whenever the Patriot Act happened, I don't know if you remember when that happened.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and then there were people like myself that are like, wow, why are we giving the government to spy on us on this scale? Like that's, like, why are we giving them this ability? Why are we just okay with them doing this? And you say this to people on the right at that time. This is exactly, like, even if on Fox News, if you watch Fox News at the time, same thing. They would say, that is crazy conspiracy theory. That is crazy conspiracy theory. The government doesn't and wouldn't do that. And then, fast forward, like, fucking over a decade, and then Snowden comes out and says, not only can they do that, and not only are they doing that, this is how they're doing that. And here's the proof. And then everybody that called me crazy, all of a sudden, were like, yeah, I thought it was sus the entire time. Like, or acted like it wasn't shocking. Which drove me insane. Because I'm just like, I already knew this. Like, I already said this. Like, all I had to do was actually read the Patriot Act. It was publicly available info. It's all you had to do. And nobody read it, and they just assumed the government would be, Big Brother would be right. You know, the point is that a lot of this shit about like, the voting stuff, the ballots, I've been saying that since before I could vote. Like, I've been saying, like, that mail-in ballot shit is fucking stupid. And no matter what security measures you put into place, I think if you're too fucking lazy or unavailable, you don't get the right to vote. I don't think, even if you're in the military and you're pushed overseas by our government, you don't get the right to vote. If you want to fucking vote, you walk into the fucking building and you vote, and you faggots count out the fucking ballots. Like, I've been saying that for years. Like, my whole life. And then all of a sudden, everybody's just acting like, out of nowhere, that's just, like, somehow new info. Like, that just... And I say the same shit to the right at the time, and they called me crazy.
Well,
so
if Trump gets back in, I think that's one of the things he's going to address and put the kibosh on mail-in ballots.
I mean, he should. Like, mail-in ballots are... Look, conceptually, They're dumb. And if you understand, and this is something that nobody researches, by the way, and when I say research, I don't mean go on alt-right.planet/organization.gay, right, or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't mean some weird abstract forum somewhere. I mean, just do you can find the information on how all this works. There are basic problems with just the machines. Okay, give you a cool example. Okay, you have the stupid machine. You shove your stupid fucking ballot in it. It records your stupid fucking vote because, by the way, all votes are fucking stupid, and fuck anybody who disagrees with me. I don't even care anymore. This is how extremely nihilistic the system is making me. And so you take your stupid votes. Then this is what happens. This is the most unsafe shit ever. Okay. They take a USB stick and they plug it into the fucking machine, right? Record the data, and then they're entrusted to take that single flash drive to an undisclosed location to another singular guy. Everybody in this, by the way, are not monitored or anything. They're unattended completely. And they take it...
They were in Ohio, and there were 2 USB flash drives.
Yeah, well, there's usually several. This is an ongoing thing throughout the process, where you have a bunch of people that volunteer to do this shit. And the thing is this isn't just Ohio. This is everywhere. This is actually the standard, is that you take these flash drives to these undisclosed locations where a single person is arguably entrusted with the most power possible. And tell me I'm wrong. Some fucking nerd in a dark room with a fucking laptop receiving a flash drive has more power in his hands than any person that could ever live in the entire ever. He can single-handedly, before he even gets in the building, have his own flash drive and manipulate that information easily, and nobody would contest it because, again, there is virtually zero safety measures in that process. And that's not even talking about the fact I could just throw the flash drive out the fucking window and hand that guy a different flash drive. The point I'm getting at here is that that's a stupid, insecure process. There's a dozen different ways that can be manipulated, and I'm not saying that it was. I'm not saying that the 2020 election was or wasn't whatever. I don't actually give a shit because there's no proof. Even if it was, let's be honest here. I'm 100% serious. Again, nihilism. If you think you can get away with it, you do it. If the left thought they could get away with it, they would do it. And if the right thought they could get away with it, they would do it. Everybody would do that. Everybody cheats. Especially when it comes to power. When power is hanging in the balance, I mean, you have to be stupid not to cheat. Okay? Seriously. And so, the reality is that at the end of the day, however, I don't care if it was fraudulent or not. What I care about is the fact that these measures enable that probability in the first place. No matter how probable you think it is or isn't, it is. I could just fucking shoot them in the head as they're traveling, take all of those votes, and burn them. I don't even have to manipulate the outcome. I can just say, fuck you. And burn it all. Even Canada isn't this fucking stupid. Yes, Canada. The guys that invented those machines don't even use them. Did you know that?
No.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a Canadian company that manufactures, sells those machines to America and a few other select countries. It's a Canadian company. They tried to sell it to their government, and their government said no. If Canada won't even use those ballot machines for the exact same reasons, if you go to their website, they will literally tell you actually, I had a Canadian send me this site. It's a .ca site. Said that they felt that using ballot boxes or ballot counting machines was too insecure. And there wasn't enough precautions which is the same thing everybody's been saying, and I've been saying for years. You have to have zero idea how computers work to have no idea how unsafe that is. I can literally take a flash drive, walk up to the machine, plug the flash drive in, and erase everything from the machine. I can do that to your computer. This is free software you can download on the internet. So, I just don't understand how you have people that unironically say, "Oh no, the elections are secure." They've never been secure for as long as we have ballot boxes ever. And yeah, 2020 may be the most secure election we ever had. Let's say I even believe that. Fine, cool. Let's say it was. Awesome. I'll give that to you. Doesn't matter. The process is fucking stupid. Fix it. That is insane. Like, the Russians could come in any day. I'm going to add to the mainstream media fear mongering. The Russians can send in a few hackers and actually manipulate the election. Not with stupid fucking memes on Facebook, by the way, which is the accusation. Not with feeding information to the opposition, right? Which never happened. Russiagate was bullshit. But no, they can do it by literally everything I said. It wouldn't take that many people. They'll take anybody that volunteers. They could send, over time, or manipulate enough people, or whatever. Russia could, or China even, could easily manipulate the election very easily in ways that most people don't even know about, as I described, because they don't bother to A, research it, and B, they don't know anything about computers. They think whenever you hire a guy to come over and fix your computer that he's literally a fucking magician, alright? So, yeah, or a wizard. Like, it's insane. Like, every time I fix somebody's computer, you're a wizard, Harry. Like, fuck you. Right? Do some basic goddamn research. Yeah, I don't know why I'm yelling about this. It's just insane to me that, like, all these people try to say that this shit is so safe, and it's not. I've been saying this so fucking long, and it makes me even more mad that it's only now that it's hip, and only because of Trump. This should have been said a long time ago. You want to talk about another way that mail-in ballots are bad, by the way? A president, yes, seriously, can just say, "I don't want to count those." You want to know proof of that? That's how Obama won his second re-election, is he literally just made the argument that the mail-in ballot from veterans overseas should just be discounted from the vote totals. So yeah, mail-in ballots are just shit. They don't mean it. They should just be thrown away, because at the end, they don't even matter to the people that claim to care about them. It doesn't require me to be right-wing to say all this shit, and I'm not even a right-winger, okay? So, I'm somewhere in the happy middle, okay? And I don't have to be some, like, crazy Trump fanatic with a goddamn Trump statue that I whack off to every fucking morning to say this goddamn shit. This is shit that should be obvious to everybody.
Makes sense. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it makes sense, but nobody's gonna listen to that. I'll just get branded a Trump fiend, and then everything I just said doesn't matter. Even though I've been saying it for longer than half of those people have even been alive. Okay, so it doesn't even fucking matter. Or maybe not been alive, but longer than half of them have been able to vote. Because, like, bear in mind, I wasn't able to vote until Obama was running for re-election. That was the only time I was able to vote. But I remember everything as far back as Clinton. Like, I remember when Clinton was in office. I remember the speeches and shit. Most of the people voting now have no idea who the fuck Clinton was. Okay?
I hate to say it, it's true.
In fact, they don't even know how hilarious the Bush presidency was. It was like, I'm sorry, like, I thought the George Bush Jr. was a shithead. All right, neocons are retarded. All right, but like he was hilarious. Bush Jr. was really one of the funniest, ironically, not on purpose, but one of the funniest presidents we ever had. Okay, it was hilarious, and and people are never gonna remember that shit. Like they're never gonna have the memory of him, like, you know, on Turkey Day where you have to pardon a turkey, like basically like grab the turkey and I think he like pretended to fuck it or hump it or dry hump it or whatever. It was some weird shit. I mean, like, nobody's gonna remember him dancing randomly with black people, like he was Jamaican, but like he can't actually dance, so he just looks like some dumbass grandpa, right? Like it's just like all that weird shit from the Bush Jr. presidency is just lost on everyone, and because you don't have that context, and most of the voters only remember like Obama and then Trump. Like, yeah, I mean, I can imagine, like, you see, like, a massive contrast between the two, sure. Like, the difference between Trump and Obama is insane. But if we have to be honest here, the jump between Bush and Trump is not a very large leap. They're very similar in many ways.
Oh, damn it, which one should I use here?
The left knows it's true too, but since their guy is in, they don't care. I mean, that's true. Yeah, it's all tribal bullshit.
Oh well.
No, you see, actually, Michael Hatfield is right, 100%. And you know why he's right? I don't know if anybody remembers this. The Florida ballads.
Yeah, I
during the
remember
Bush era. Yeah, it was all over mail-in ballots, and the left was saying that even some of them to this day are saying that it was all fraudulent, and the Florida vote was, and it was all mail-in ballots and all that shit. Like the same thing. It's the same shit. So, and they cried fraud then. I'm like, I'm so tired. I can't talk. But it's not even just that. Hillary Clinton wrote an entire book about how she lost the election because it was a fraud. It's literally a whole book on it. And they're whining over Trump saying it. But I mean, like, Trump may be saying it a lot, but she wrote the book on the subject, right? So, on the same claim. Like, it's just mind-boggling. I had somebody tell me that wasn't true. And I sent him a montage video. I actually made the video too. I went so autistic that I found like a whole bunch of videos on YouTube of her saying it was fraudulent, and then made a fucking like a random like a 1 minute long montage video of her saying that, and then at the end had her advertising her book about how the election was stolen from her. And he refused to fucking watch the video. So I guess that's a win.
Doc, you still there?
I heard him cough once.
Oh boy. Oh, because this is actually kind of the reason why I actually listen to Doc's videos, because when you come on, you always spout some pretty good shit that makes you think. So I could listen to whatever you have to say for like hours. And that's kind of the reason why I was walking around the parking lot listening to his streams.
Good night, Toya. But yeah, I did break out the montage Hatfield. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, look, that's like the only way I can really argue with a lot of these people is that I'm tired of having like theoretical arguments, and then me being gaslit and fucking told that I'm just insane and what I saw was like. I'll give you a cool example. Actually, I'll blow your mind. I was actually told, and I'm not even kidding. Okay, this is gonna hurt. I'm just giving you a warning here. This is gonna really hurt. I was told that Trump was more mentally unfit to be president than Biden is.
I've heard that before.
The problem I have with this statement, okay, look, he was 70 years old. Let's all concede that, you know what, it's probably not the best idea that we have like ancient old men that are about to die be president, okay? That's kind of stupid. I would say the same thing about Reagan, despite how he handled it masterfully in his debate. I still don't think that we should have like 80-year-old or 70-year-old men be president. I think that's a little fucking weird and a little fucking stupid. And just like I'm just like, can't we just have somebody that knows how to send a text message? All right, which by the way is the biggest compliment I'll give Trump there. He knew how to tweet. All right, so like that's something he has that Biden doesn't. Instantly, whatever. But I said to the guy, it's like, okay, cool. Let's say we agree entirely that both presidents are probably not the best fit for president from a mental faculties perspective due to age. Cool. We'll agree to that. However, I would make the argument Trump does not try to shake hands with invisible people. Trump did not literally hold his arms next to himself like he was off Beavis and Butthead, screaming, I'm whatever, I forgot the line. But
I'm Cornholio.
Yeah, I'm Cornholio. He didn't do that. Trump didn't go on some weird story to tell us about some bad dude named Corn Pop and little girls touching the hair on his legs in a fucking goddamn pool. All right, whenever he's supposed to be talking about some school or something, right? Like Trump didn't do a lot of these things that are attributed to literal mental decline. All right, Trump didn't trip going up a fucking staircase.
I was just about to say that.
Okay,
he didn't fall off the bike either.
Yeah, he probably would have fell off the bike though. He's fat. But the point is that I hear that and I'm like, are we seeing the same universe? Are we existing in the same universe? Because I can't believe the cognitive dissonance required, to watch a speech from Biden and to not understand a fucking word he's saying at all, period, by the way, and then come away with that thinking that Trump was at all less coherent. Because even though Trump may have went off on weird tangents occasionally, because, again, he's 70, they were coherent. You could comprehend the words he was saying. He didn't make up words that didn't exist, or blend like 50 different words together into garbly goop, right? I'm not a big Trump guy, all right? I'm not an any guy, okay? I don't actually give a fuck about... I think there has never been a time in American history that we had a good president. And if I had to pick one, it was the one that ate a bullet once, all right? Not the one that freed the slaves, but Kennedy. Because he did the only thing I would argue that matters, and that was he prevented World War III by refusing to nuke Cuba. All right, so that decision by itself, although seems minuscule, it was probably the biggest presidential and best presidential decision that's ever been made. And also, he slayed bitches in the White House, so there's also that. But the point is, though, at the end of the day, is that outside of that, like, I don't like any of the presidents, man. They're all corrupt pieces of shit. Like, this idea that like, one side is right and the other one isn't, like, it's just insane. All right? Like Trump, I don't think Trump is some perfect fucking angel that didn't do any sleazy shit. However, I think most of the shit he's accused of doing is just a little over the top. Like, for example, just throwing this out here, the idea that he, the whole Russiagate thing, all right, like, I didn't buy that from the beginning. And the reason I didn't buy it from the beginning is that sounds actually insane. Like, I just, like, the amount, that to me was on par with telling me that Bush did 9/11, right? Like, I just couldn't, that's too much for me to be. I'm like, you have to, like, I have to, like, do you realize the amount of evidence to support such an extraordinary claim has to be well, extraordinary. And they came up with nothing because it was nothing. And it's just like, yeah. So although Trump may do a lot of sleazy shit because he's a fucking billionaire and billionaires don't actually give a fuck about you, I don't think any of the shit that he does at all is anywhere on par with what he's being acclaimed of, or being claimed of doing. And I should also add, more importantly than all of that, and this is really important, I don't think he sent his son to Ukraine and then did secret dealings while his son took all the fucking money, snorted or ate crack and fucked underage hoes and his niece. Okay, I don't think Trump's son ever did any of that shit. So I'm gonna just throw that out there right now. So like the shit that the shit that Trump did, like I don't know, the Trump University thing, was that whole thing stupid and sleazy? Yeah, it was. Was it anywhere on par with anything these fucking people did? No. It is nothing even comparable. Nothing. I can't even. Yeah, like it's just mind-boggling.
I just find it funny. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Donald Trump Jr. or Eric Trump on Twitter said, "Imagine if I did all this. What's Biden's son's name is Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if it was me that did all this. Imagine the field day the media would have."
Dude, it would still be talked about right now. It would never end. There is literally a diary from this niece, the same niece, where she actually talks about, which a diary, by the way, nobody contests as her diary, for the record. And that she talks about how her both Hunter Biden and Joe would fucking actually no, it wasn't Joe, it was just Hunter, where Hunter was actually kicked out of the house for fucking her. Okay, like when she was 16, by the way, right? This is a diary that, by the way, the people that found it actually reported to the FBI. They wanted the FBI to investigate it and to verify it, and they didn't. In fact, it did the same thing to this guy that they did to the other guy over the Hunter Biden laptop. They literally invaded his home and then took basically everything but the thing that was important, which was the book. Same shit, right? Like, I'm just sitting here like, look, man, I can't disagree with anyone who is criticizing our intelligence agencies right now, because there's either two ways to look at this. It's either maliciousness or it's negligence. And guess what? In either case, it's not good. Like that's not there's neither there's no positive angle there. So, which is it? I don't know. Like it's just mind-boggling to me. Like, that should be the biggest story in all mainstream media, hands down. All right, they should be, yeah, but like, dude, they should be like ejaculating in their fucking pants over that fucking story. All right, I know I was. All right, like, like when
I know
when I saw those, when I heard about those goddamn whatever leaks, iCloud leaks, dude. I was like on that shit like flies on fucking shit, dude. I went to Kiwi Farms for the first time in my fucking life to actually get the scoop. All right, because that's the only place that fucking had it. It was actually 4chan was deleting it. Yes, 4chan was deleting the entire story, because 4chan's been taken over by retards. But also, yep. It's pretty bad. But anyway, the thing is though is that I started to download it, because you can download the entire iCloud, by the way. I started to, and then as I didn't start to, but I actually pushed click to download it. And then as I'm scrolling through the thread, they start talking about how there's videos from like 3 years ago of him fucking the niece and then showing censored images of this and actually a video of her playing with his penis. And I'm like, all right, I'm not downloading this shit and I'm leaving this website because at the time that they were talking about, she would have been 16 years old.
Oh boy.
And this is on video. This isn't like this is to
shit.
This got autistic to the extreme. She has moles, birthmarks. She has one on her neck and one on a specific part of her face. And people tracked these images specifically by the moles.
No, they do that on 4chan.
I mean, I understand because people were contesting it and saying it was some random porn star that no one has ever heard of from like fucking Norway or some shit. And like, no, that this is his niece, all right? And this is fucking horrifying. And this is why he should be president in 2026 or 36. Yes, I'm serious. I think we should say fuck it. To the extreme, we should elect a crackhead as president. I don't even care anymore. Fuck it all.
Didn't we do that already?
I mean, sorta. But Bush apparently did coke. He had more class. God, this dropped down to 4 views. Oh, wait. Oh, shit.
Did it?
Oh, I thought the stream crashed for a minute. It was over, but yeah, it did. It dropped to 4 views during my little rant there. Cool.
No, I liked it. It was like it was funny.
Dude, I come in here and views drop like flies. It's fine.
I don't know why. You. I like listening to what you got to say.
I'm an inflammatory fuck. That's why.
That's kind of the reason why.
And some of the people in here, like I guess, like you notice that, like Leah, LM, unfortunately, like again, kind of like we're weirded out by that too. I don't know why. Like left as soon as I started talking. So I mean, there's a good example.
He doesn't like you or anything?
I guess. I don't know. I never had an issue with him.
No, because what I think it was he didn't want to talk about this drama that he got himself into.
Oh, well, I mean, like, I wasn't talking about his, so it's fine. Like, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. I didn't even...
Me neither. I mean, they were him and Doc were talking about, like, Zell or something, and from what I hear, like, Cadunt accused Zell of, like, trying to kill her or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Cadunt's insane, clearly.
No, because, Doc was talking about, like, the experiences. He didn't even go into detail, but
yeah, the
experiences that he had with her. So I'm assuming that he must have had similar experiences. And I'm not. And where's damn?
Dude, I don't know. What?
Maybe Doc is dead. He died on the stream. It's possible. Why else isn't he answering?
He might have went to take a shit.
No, because it doesn't take that long.
Speak for yourself.
Not for me. It takes me like.
Do you take?
3
I can
minutes.
take any. It could take me anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Damn.
So.
It's 2 hours of doing nothing.
No, of pushing, like I'm giving birth. You know.
That's funny.
It hurts. But no, like, no, I don't know, like, but he could be taking a shit. I don't fucking know. He does that, but also you gotta understand he's addled, you know. Like, he has trouble walking to the bathroom. It takes him like 15-20 minutes just to get out of his chair. That's how we
He
know
needs
he's
a
not listening, because if he heard me say that, he would have screeched by now.
Doc needs a wheelchair, just like Tonka does.
Yeah, I thought Tonka already had a wheelchair.
Now, you know what that whole accusation about him being in a wheelchair came from. Do you know Zephyr?
Nope. Do they just go by Zeph?
Zeph. They usually
Yeah, okay.
he usually goes by Zeph. Yeah. Yeah, his
Yeah,
full name was Zephyr. I used to be friends with him. Nah, he's a fucking doxing fucking piece of shit. But
Yeah.
it was Zeph that actually came up with that whole wheelchair thing. He actually legitimately believed that Tonka was in a wheelchair because he was like Tonka suffered some kind of injury in the wrestling ring, and he could move around, but he needs a medical chair to move around his house or whatever it is. Zeph legitimately believed that, and I was like questioning him because I knew I always used to question Zeph on everything, and I'm like, this kind of sounds a little out there. But yeah, like that's how that whole thing started, and then it went to Zoom, and Zoom like blew it up, and then the whole it just became into this big meme, and it was funny, but from the videos of him wrestling afterwards, after that whole fight thing, yeah, he's not in a wheelchair, but it sure was funny.
I had an entire discussion with him briefly. I don't know if you ever saw it, where I think it was on Doc's stream, where I said he can't kick worth a shit.
No, he can't.
He's like, it's called throwing a kick. I'm like, no, you didn't throw the kick. It was just shit. Like, it wasn't fast. It was slow, and it was obvious you just completely lost balance the moment you tried to fucking do it. It was just a bad kick, right? Like, and there's nothing wrong with admitting, that you threw a bad kick. I mean, like, whatever, it's fine. I was in martial arts. I've thrown bad kicks. It's fine, But don't act like it was a good kick. It wasn't. It was fucking horrible. And the guy sold that kick way too fucking hard, and it was hilarious. Like,
much when you're in the ring, you pretty much have to sell it.
Yeah,
even if it looks bad.
Yeah, I know. It was like, clearly, in my evaluation, he seemed to be really just making the entire organization. Like, look, the organization already was bad. Okay, look, I'm gonna be honest here. Indie wrestling sucks. Just throwing that out there. It's fucking garbage tier bullshit. I hate it. Okay, I really hate it, and so like I don't support it. I don't find it funny or interesting. I find it like on par with like LARPing. Okay. It's like, oh, we're playing World of Warcraft, but IRL. Like it's just like I don't find it at all interesting. If I want to watch wrestling, I want to watch some high quality, expensive wrestling that costs high production, like tons of cameras, professional and interesting. It's the same reason that nobody wants to watch some like shitty fucking movie made by 12-year-olds. All right, it's same fucking bullshit. Which I don't think what I'm saying is unreasonable. But whatever.
No, I got you.
But it's like nobody wants to listen to shitty fucking music. That's like low quality that you can barely hear. Okay, that's why bands don't release their demo tapes. Generally. They get leaked. This isn't like I don't know. Like I say this shit, and then I'm just like trying to say something to get Doc to be like, "Fuck you, piece of shit," like, or something, like he won't,
because being that since Doc used to be in the wrestling business, he's probably gonna get really mad over that.
Over what? Being in the wrestling business?
Oh, there.
Wow, you're alive.
Of course I am.
What the hell were you doing?
I personally was trying to stay awake.
You were trying to stay awake.
Yep, that's it. Just trying to stay awake.
By saying nothing.
Yeah, I had a scenario focused in my head, and as long as I kept running that scenario, I'm not as tired as I thought I was.
Well, I was enjoying what Vlad had to say. I don't know. You were.
I guess what I said was extra controversial. I don't know.
Can't be that. No, it was just like.
I think it's kind because, if the cops catch you, the only thing they can do is assign you a credit or a debit, and that's, if I remember Orwellian right, it's like $125.
Damn, my AirPods ran out of juice.
It sounds like more of a you problem than a me problem.
AirPods. Do you also play Raid Shadow Legends too?
No, that's Raycons. Raycons are the ones.
Oh, you're right.
Plugged
Yeah.
by the,
okay. Damn.
Those are the ones that are being plugged by the YouTubers.
Yeah, right. I was thinking like Count Dankula ads. So that's. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Did Count Dankula ever like plug Raid Shadow Legends?
Yeah, he's the self-proclaimed Raid Shadow Legends king.
Shit. Well, at least he's making some money playing a shitty ass game.
No, yeah, he literally. I think like I don't know. I would estimate probably 30 to 50 videos he's made were all sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. I'm kind of wondering if he also sponsored those Raycons.
He did. Like he did an ad where not only did he sponsor get sponsored by Raycons, he did an ad where he pretended like it was going to be Raid Shadow Legends because everybody expected that. Because he will say, "It's your boy, Raid Shadow Legends," because everybody expects him to say that. And then he said, "It's your boy, Raycons." So you thought I would say Raid Shadow Legends. Like, yeah, so...
It's your boy, Raycon.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It was pretty funny, but... and he does like a special ad kind of thing for every video, so it doesn't feel like he's copying and pasting old shit, like low effort nonsense. So
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, I hate it when the quartering does it because he just pre-records the ad and then it's just like copy and paste it into the video and it's like
yeah. Well, I just skip over those. Whenever they sponsor something, I just.
Well, I'm okay with it as long as it's funny and somehow relevant, like, to the content, like that's the thing, like Count Dankula does those in a way that is actually funny. Like he makes the ads worth watching, which is weird.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you got to do that, like to just see if somebody's gonna pay attention and actually look up the brand.
Yeah, but generally speaking, yeah, I'll usually just be like, oh my god, I don't care, skip. And yeah, I mean, like, look, I actually have said I will never take sponsorship by anybody unless it is Raid Shadow Legends.
Really?
Yes. If it's like outside of that, I refuse because I just generally hate the practice and I don't need money that fucking bad, so I don't really care. I'm a big believer in, I know this is a big shock, I'm a big believer in, like, the public television, kind of, how do you put it, the...
public access?
No, well, not public access, public television, fucking model, where what they did is they relied on people to give them money to support.
Oh, yeah, I know, like
what they do with Patreon. Yeah, they sell products for, like, insane amounts of money, but it's really a donation with a gift. It's not really selling a product, but still. But like Patreon, like the concept I thought was brilliant. It's like, yes, like fuck yeah, like that's great. I mean, I'm not gonna do it until like I have like there's no reason to do it at all unless you have like enough subs to justify it. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. But I thought it was great. Like it is genius. It allows people to support what they want. And honestly, and I'm gonna be really honest, they need to remove ads and just go to that. I think if YouTube created a more of a donation focus and took money out of the donation profits, right, that would be better. Or stuck with the YouTube Red, YouTube Premium now, which is what they should have called it in the first place. But if they stuck with the premium model as well, it'd be better than advertisements. Okay, nobody cares about ads, all right? As time progresses, let me tell you something. Ever since the invention of ad block, all I've ever done is go out of my way to spread the word of our holy goddess that is ad block. All right.
It doesn't always work though.
Well, it depends on the ad. Like, unfortunately, the OG ad block doesn't work very well anymore. You have to go with other companies, but yeah, like I actually have right now 3 ad block add-ons from 3 different companies. So yeah, I don't give a shit. I and you know why I use ad block? And a lot of people say like, well, that's fucked up. You're fucking over the creator. Yeah, you know what? Fuck him. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't give a shit. The reason I don't give a shit is because they can make more than enough money from doing everything but that. And if I'm paying you money, which a lot of these people do, by the way, a lot of people use AdBlock will actually donate money and shit, right? The amount of money, okay, if I give you $5 in a donation, okay, that is entire month's worth of ad revenue from me, singularly speaking. They make pennies off ad revenue. Pennies. You have to have millions and millions of followers before those pennies actually amount to anything.
Makes sense.
Wait, they pull Sesame Street episodes?
Oh yeah, from HBO, I think.
From HBO?
From HBO Max, they pulled
What?
some Sesame Street episodes. I think it's mostly because it's because to save money or something like that.
I don't know, but it brings up 2 immediate questions. Okay, question number 1: why was it on HBO?
I don't know why is Sesame Street on HBO.
Yeah, that's an immediately good question. Like, why is it on the same place that has softcore porn at night? I mean, that's a good question. Secondly, more importantly than that, wasn't HBO's entire shtick, unless I'm crazy, back in the day that it was uncensored? That was their whole thing, that they wouldn't censor cussing or anything, and no advertisements, none of that. It was all whatever. That was what HBO's whole shtick was. That and Starz and Cinemax, it was their whole thing. Was uncensored content, uninterrupted uncensored content. And well, times have changed. So here's the problem.
I think I know what.
Here, I know why. Okay, like it's actually complicated, and okay. So, fucking go back in time here. Early 2000s. Okay, what you had a lot of was people on the left, and actually this is a leftist thing, by the way, a huge one, that were against censoring music. That goes back actually as far as the 80s. We had these lefties and libs that were against censoring music, against like what Walmart does to music, which is just destroy it. What the radio does to music. They were against removing the cussing and moderating the content, which is, I get 100%. And same thing with movies and video games. This is a big movement, even that went from way back, even in the 60s, all the way up into my childhood. And then you got bands like System of a Down that was huge in discussing this subject further. It was a big thing. There are bands that actually came out that were called like Fuck the FCC, right? Which FCC was the ones that actually, censor. Yeah, they're the censor. And actually, that band changed the acronym of the FCC to Flying Cunts of Chaos, which is hilarious. But anyway, the point is though, is there's a huge lefty thing, and what ultimately happened was that they got their way. You have like Stars started coming out, and HBO and all of them like pushing for this uncensored, unfettered content that was uninterrupted from ads and everything, you know. And finally, after years and years and years, like of the right, by the way, canceling people, that was a thing. Dixie Chicks were canceled not by the left, they were canceled by the right. All right. There was also a guy that made a joke about nappy-headed hoes. There's a basketball commentator.
Don Imus.
Yeah, Don Imus. He was canceled not by the left. He was canceled by the right for saying it. All right? And people forget this. This was a big problem back then that the left was rebelling against. A lot of the music in grunge also resembles this. Like Nirvana, which I fucking hate, had a big issue with this where they were told not to sing the song Rape Me because it had the word rape in it. And it wasn't the left telling them not to say it. It was the right telling them not to say it. Okay? And famously, he started to sing it and then immediately changed the song before they could turn him off. Because he just wanted to say rape, just to piss them off. Which I completely, as much as I hate Kurt Cobain and I'm glad he's dead, I understand where he's coming from. Okay? But aside from that, like you look at all of that and you're like, okay, in this circumstance, in this universe, at this time period, the right was pro-censorship and the left was anti-censorship. That was what was happening. That was the reality I grew up in. If you did not stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, you were a piece of fucking shit, and you would have all your students, even staff members, telling you should just go live in Afghanistan if you're not willing to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay? This is a huge thing where the right would tell you what to think, what to say, what to do. Patriotism was full on pushed in school to an absurd ad nauseum degree, okay, like to the point of a literal indoctrination, okay, and then now today it flipped. Now the left realized that there is money in censorship. By the way, I know a lot of people don't understand that, but there is. You make money by censoring YouTubers, and if you want to know how, it's simple. I can't discuss rape on a fucking video, and I can't say fuck either, because an advertiser isn't going to want to support my video, isn't going to advertise, and it's going to be demonetized because of that, because nobody wants to be associated with me being a dick. Which is the same problem that they had back then with the right. It was the same argument. It was exactly the same thing. Okay, this is a basic fundamental problem with capitalism. I love capitalism, but capitalism and art don't mix. Actually, any ism, it doesn't matter what the ism is, and art don't mix. Like art and basically anything doesn't. Art has to be absolutely free, or just not, or it's not art. So then that's kind of like a fundamental issue that is just kind of a problem with art. Is it has to kind of go all the way. And, well, no system of government, which rightfully so, is going to allow art to go all the way. Because, naturally, for example, lolly porn, not really acceptable. I think we all universally agree that's probably a line that we all draw in the sand, right?
Yeah.
So, but this is why any form of government, socialism, capitalism, etc., although technically socialism isn't a form of government, it's policy, and communism is whatever. The point is that they're never going to be associated, and with capitalism, it's going to be the same thing, just different. And in that, like, I can't make whatever I want on YouTube because their YouTube wants to make money. They've realized the same shit that the right thought back in the day. They can't make money if you're offensive. Okay, that's just the left became so woke and so anti-censorship that when they finally got the power they sought after, they came full circle to realize that the right was actually correct all along about censorship, and are now pushing for censorship because it generates more cash flow in the end. Like, all they did was come full circle back to the beginning with a mild flip of political allegiance, and that's it. Only difference between then and now is it's the left instead of the right. That's it. It's the same fucking shit.
Yep. Nah, because I've lived through the 90s too. It was the right that was actually telling people to shut up.
Yeah, 100%. Like, neocons are trash, and so like the thing is like, yeah, like, but it wasn't, yeah, like, and the thing is like I almost got trapped by it. Okay, I understand why a lot of people of my generation and newer generations, but mostly my generation, I understand like millennials were trapped by that reality, and they can't seem to snap out of it. It's because that's what they grew up knowing. They grew up knowing the right does this shit, or did this shit, right? The truth is, and then they think that continues to be true, and they're stuck in a reality based on how they grew up. And the problem is, and this is the absolute truth, okay? This is the bottom line. It's not the right, and it's not the left. It's whenever you're in a position of power, it doesn't matter what your allegiances are. You're in power. Fuck everyone else. That's just how it works. Okay, when you're in power, like, YouTube has the monopoly on video content. Okay? They make billions of dollars a year. Like, the amount of money they paid for YouTube today, like today would seem like a ripoff. They make that much money back a year. All right? And the thing is that they are doing exactly what the right did back then, because it's not about right and left. It's about the fact they're in power. They know they're in power. They have a monopoly over the conversation, and they can abuse that monopoly however the fuck they want, because there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Actually, I should say Google in general, not just YouTube. But the reality is like, there's nothing you can do about it. They can make unlimited money from it, and they know that they have to act like the right. From the neocons of the 90s and early 2000s, they have to do that because that's the only way to generate cash flow. Because the right, if they're correct about anything, they're correct about money.
Yep. I got you. Oh, there you are. You fall asleep again? Hey, Doc.
Wait, our brave men, women, and other kin of the medical industry will entertain us with their renditions of Monkeypox Shuffle in, once again, empty hospitals they all swear are full. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad that the U.S. government is spreading monkeypox to justify more mail-in voting fraud. Yeah. But no, like, the thing is, it's like, nobody thinks about this shit, okay? This is the problem here. Nobody sits down and actually thinks. It like stops everything, stares at paint drying, and actually logically thinks any of this shit through. This is what I do. I will get bored. I will go outside. I will sit on the porch, and I will get really fucking stoned in the middle of the night and stare up at the sky and then just think about all this shit.
That's one way.
Yeah, like, it's my alone time between me and nothing, and just my thoughts. It's great. Relaxing, even.
Yeah, well, I wish I could do that. I can't. I don't have a backyard.
Well, there's always parking lots. But the thing is that no, like seriously, I have like fucking. I live on 30 acres, so it's fine.
Damn.
But
Lucky
no,
you.
I could even grow weed if I wanted to, but I don't. But although I need to start, I should have started growing food like in the spring, and I just didn't. I was lazy, so I have to do it next year. I bought a whole bunch of seeds and shit, and just didn't do anything. Especially peppers. I need to grow. Peppers are stupid expensive, and I just want to grow my own. But no, it's one of these things where like I like to sit down, and not only that, I have friends of mine where we just sit down and we get super fucking high and we discuss this shit. All we do, you know. And whenever we hang out, we get really stoned and discuss these like deep, like almost meta discussions on politics and culture and philosophy. You know, we don't get high and talk about the epic and gloriness that is fucking I don't know, Avengers 17 or whatever the fuck, you know. You know, like, but yeah, nobody has these discussions anymore. Like, this is actually how I grew up. I grew up with like having these kinds of weird discussions with people. Like we had in-depth like physical discussions about all this shit, and nobody does this. Like most people just go to work, come home, fuck their wife, and go to sleep. And as like fine as that is, I'm not against that, but it just feels shallow.
No, I get it. Like, people are stupid nowadays.
Nobody looks up. You know how many people now all of a sudden believe in UFOs just because the U.S. government dropped a whole bunch of footage? like you know, like I'm not saying aliens. I'm just saying like are acknowledging that there's UFOs. Yeah, like the reality is like I like seriously. For years I've said like, you know, UFOs, this and that, and the government knows about it. I mean, they're obviously looking into it. They're just not saying anything. In fact, they're denying it, and people would be like, "You're crazy. Why does the government care?" They even said they don't give a shit. They said I haven't wasted a single dime on that, which is insane, by the way, because the U.S. government will waste hundreds of thousands of dollars in research into very stupid, petty shit. Okay, so I don't even want to hear that gay crap. But the thing is that like they were saying that like that was impossible and the government didn't do that, and then the government comes out and is like, yeah, we've been researching UFOs since like the 50s up to today and to, like throughout today, and we have thousands of fucking images and videos and documents of shit that we don't understand and can't really verify or prove or deny or debunk. Here. And not just the government. Parts of the military also independently of the government doing the same thing, right? It's just like, fuck off, like, and all these people coming out of nowhere, like, dude, man, like UFOs, man, apparently they're actually a phenomenon. Like, yeah, they've been a phenomenon, you faggot. You've just been in denial, and you're such a goddamn sheep that you waited until the government gave you permission to talk about it. Why don't you just suck Obama's dick already or something? Fuck.
I don't know. Maybe. I actually kind of believe in aliens, but I don't think they visited us.
I mean, like, it's not to me. It's not like a matter of belief. It's a matter of math. Okay, like, if you honestly think that we're the only intelligent life in the entirety of the fucking cosmos, you're actually insane. It's like it's like a mathematical improbability. As far as whether or not they visit us, I actually agree with what some other scientists said. It's like, well, guess what? If they do, you probably don't know about it, and neither does anyone else. Like, which is a really great point. What?
Hey. Hey, Doc, are you there?
Issues
I am.
Oh.
Let me see. Do what? Do it.
No.
I'm available for any community grilling or questions for 8 days, 24/7 after 7:30 a.m. this morning, but
Why
this is day drama.
Why would anybody go after Cybertaz exactly? I don't know.
Nah, they're one person in particular is calling him pedo.
Oh, TM? Oh, who cares?
Yeah.
Tennessee Marine. I don't know. Like, he seems to get into drama with everybody.
Especially
And-
when he's drunk.
He's an alcoholic. Like and not the fun kind.
I mean,
Like the
that's
kind-
that's the reason why he's not on my server.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny because
I'll be
I've
right
only. Oh, you just got back. I've only spoken to TM like once, and it was over like somebody else. This person that we both had problems with, and she made a video about the both of us on BitChute. And I was like laughing at the drama video that she was trying to start with me, but TM was really like mad and like really upset that apparently she doxed him on BitChute, and I didn't really know what was going on with this person and TM, and I was like, just laugh about this. This is funny, but he was really mad about it. That's like the only interaction I had with him.
Sorry, I missed that last part.
No, it was like the only interaction that I've spoken. The only time I've spoken with Tennessee Marine was because there was somebody that was going after both of us and made videos on BitChute about us.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the first time I ever talked to him, he was trying to like blood sports gay shit at me because he was trying to impress Bunny.
Bunny.
She was in the chat earlier.
Oh boy. Men being obsessed with women online. It's just a waste of time. It's just a waste of time. Because I've been in that situation and it doesn't work.
He was drunk saying, "I love you, buddy." And blah, 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 yeah.
Now, the only like drama that I've gotten into that I remember that would be similar to what TM would do was with Evil Dead Ed. He was on one of the other servers. I don't remember which server it was, but he just came at me and said like, "Fuck Yobi, you're a fucking piece of shit, and suck my dick." and come on voice chat. Let's have a let me talk shit about you on voice chat. And never did. And like a couple of months later, he apologized to me over that whole bullshit.
He randomly got in a VC with me out of nowhere. I never had a problem with him before. And he told me to neck myself.
Yeah, he said he did the same thing to me.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, dude. All right. Put the drugs down.
That's probably it. Being a crackhead.
Oh, dude, no. He's 100% a meth head.
Meth head.
100%.
Just like
dude, I've met so many of them in my life. He sounds exactly like all the other meth heads I've ever met before.
Sounds like Liz Reptile. You remember Liz Reptile?
Yeah, he dated her, if I remember right. Yeah.
No, he. I don't think he did, but that would have been that would have been a funny situation.
In fact, I think he even got her pregnant.
There was some other guy.
Sure, I'm thinking about the same person. Yeah.
Liz Reptile.
It doesn't matter. Ed's gonna die of cancer allegedly anyway, so it's all for nothing.
Pretty much like Ichabod Orange.
Okay.
Ichabod Orange is also gonna die of cancer, hopefully.
I just took a walk around the compound to clear my head, and it didn't clear. So I'm ending this fucker.
All right.
Anybody have anything
Alright.
they want to show?
No. No, I just came on. I wanted to talk a little bit. And actually, I've been enjoying what Vlad had to say. It's actually interesting.
Good, because you
I
can
think-
watch more at Gilded Poo. You know, www.youtube.com/GildedPoo. There you go. Boom, bam, a shield.
Wait a minute. What about the great stream?
Oh yeah, dude, I need to shill that more.
Yeah.
And then there's also the grape stream that I do with Gallagher, weekly-ish.
You know, I'm actually kind of a little bit curious as to why you changed your name from Arnold Vlad to Gilded Pooh. I kind of like Arnold Vlad better.
2 reasons. One, the Andy Vlad channel got too many
That-
community strikes, so it just got murdered. I was talking to a meth head, friend of mine. Yeah. Yes, I keep people around that are shitheads just so I can feel better about myself. Anyway, and I asked him what his thought on Jews were, and he just went on a really insane rant about ovens and stuff. While I laughed my ass off. That got but anyway, stuff like that. I got too many community strikes. And also I didn't feel like I was being myself enough in the videos. And so Gilded Poo felt more accurate. And especially since I've been called a piece of shit so much for my takes, I felt like, okay, well, I'll be the piece of shit. Awesome. I'll do that. Thank you.
Apparently other messages were sent, but I will read those after the show. So I'd like to thank everybody who was on the show this evening, and of course, everybody who was in the chat. You're just as important. You helped keep us laser focused on those magical ideas that we so often speak of. So, with that in mind, since I don't have a closer for this, I'll just use my Doctor on Call one, which says, never give up on your dreams, because your dreams never give up on you. And with that, good evening, everybody.
Later, you faggots.